Missing him. Obviously he's got a new job as an apprentice, so he's been called into the dockyard today, which is a bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. But we've got a good squad and depth to deal with it, and hopefully we can come out on the right side of the result today
and win this game when you are through to the semi-finals.
Yeah, I think it's a massive achievement. We're not naive to think, how difficult it is. It's difficult. It's going to be a really hard challenge, and if we're there, we're there. We'll be there in merit. We've played the best teams in the league to get to where we are, so hopefully it's another good test for us. We're still learning, so I'm really looking forward to the challenge.
Of the other fixtures, all three North Devon sides have home games. The weather obviously kinder to Bideford, Barnstable and Ilfracombe than other places. In the Southern League Premier South, Plymouth Parkway go in search of their fourth win in a row. They're on the 3G pitch at the promotion-chasing Sholing in Southampton. Tiverton, though their game was called off on Thursday, marooned at the bottom, facing financial and pitch issues and having to offload two strikers to cut the wage bill. Tor Swan's gone to Weymouth and Lewis Jagger came to Willand. In Division 1 South, there's a Devon derby at the sports ground. It's Bideford versus Tavistock. Exmouth hosts Falmouth. Relegation threatened Brixham visit runaway leaders Frome Town, and while Willand Rovers travel to Balsall. In the Western Premier, Sidmouth's games postponed. Barnstable host Oldham Abertonians, and Buckendale without a fixture. Now to the South West Peninsula Premier East, and Bobby Tracy play their Waltersea Parson Peninsula League Cup quarter-final at home to Liskeard, while Timothy's tyres away at Penzance. The league fixtures all go ahead except for one, and on this Valentine's Day, perhaps we need to give a little bit of love to Axminster Town. Bottom, pointless after 22 games, facing some unwanted records but continuing to field teams. Their chance of getting 3 points or one at home to second bottom Bishop's Lydiard washed away. But we do go ahead here at Poulton Rovers versus Ivybridge Town for a place in the Les Phillips Western League Cup, with the semi-final place up for grabs. And of course there's also the non-league roundup for details of Devon's leading non-league teams' results after 5 this afternoon. James.
Thank you, Peter.
BBC Radio Devon Sport.
Now Suge, he goes for goal. It's spilled again, and it falls nicely for Joe Edwards. Arms are stretched in front of the Devonport end. Niskanen, he's got McMillan on the outside, right-footed into Cole. Oh, what a finish! Right-footed volley off the bar and in, and City have a second.
It's going to come to Tom's back across and stroked into the net there by Dan Hayfield. And Torquay United's dominance knows no bounds at the moment. Torquay United 3.
Take it quickly.
Fissel out to Yandel. Yandel scores. That'll be a popular scorer. The Exeter club captain Jack Yandel.
BBC Radio Devon Sport.
You're listening to BBC Radio Devon. Let's take you away then to your commentaries this afternoon. Second half commentary now to come. If you're listening on Freeview Channel 712 and the BBC Sport website, it's back to Sandy Park. Chiefs 14, Gloucester 14. Big second half to come in the Prem Cup. Let's go back to John Lockyer and Nigel Walrond. Also this afternoon here on BBC Radio Devon, on BBC Sounds and the BBC Sport website, it's National League South football for you. Top of the table, Torquay United against a Maidenhead side just outside the playoff positions. To Plainmoor we go with Sam Swan and Paul Mulhern.
Thank you very much, James, and good afternoon to everybody. As Torquay United at long last have a game at home, but myself and Sam at the back of Bristol's bench here looking down on the pitch. Groundsmen are still out there as the teams are just coming out, and there is quite a bit of cutting up in the pitch between the halfway line and the penalty box on the Bristol's bench side in both half. There isn't a blade of grass to be seen, but the pitch more than easily enough to play on, so hopefully it won't affect either side. I'll quickly run through both sides for you. Torquay United suffering their first defeat in 8 games on Tuesday night at Chippenham as St Paul Wharton bring the changes. 3 changes in all he makes. Torquay will line up with James Hammond in goal. Matt Worthington starts at right back, a little bit controversial with some fans with the feedback I've had. Ed Palmer, Sam Dreher and Jay Fulston make up the back 4. Dan Hayfield comes in to replace Worthington in that centre back, technically replacing Thomas in that centre midfield, I beg your pardon, and Nash Sundiri gets a start as well. Jordan Young is ever on the right wing. Dylan Morgan comes in in for Wilson on the left wing. Sonny Blue Low Everton plays the number 10, and the returning Louis Dennis for his first start in a few weeks after a 3-match ban. Completes United's lineup on the bench: Cody Cook, Adam Seedhouse Evans, Ed James, Kieran Wilson, Jordan Thomas, Matt Jay, 2 Exeter loanees and an ex-Exeter player amongst those. For the visitors, our best guess will be they're going to play a form of a 5-3-2 or 3-4-3. I'm not really sure how it's going to play out, but it's going to be for Stampershoff in goal, a back 3 of Honorese, Mantle and Clarima. Left wing back will be Reguette, right wing back will be Mitchell Lawson, 2 central midfielders will be the rapper Robinson and Yearwood. The number 10 position will go to Josh Papula, and up front ex-Galt Josh Romero is joined by top scorer Liam Dawson. On the bench for them is Harvey Collins, Ryan Bartley, Miles Welsh-Hayes, ex-Galt Dylan De Silva just puts pen to paper to join them yesterday, I think, maybe even today. Harry Pritchard, Cameron Eubank and Owen Cochrane. It should be a really tough one, as Maidenhead certainly don't seem to lose many goals, but Paul Watton sent out a team to go. And I'll say good afternoon and welcome along to Sam Swan. Sam, nice to have you here again, mate. It's probably not going to be a hugely high scoring game, but what are you hoping for and B expecting?
Hi Paul, lovely to be back on the airways again. Yeah, it's going to be a tight game. Definitely, I feel Maidenhead 8th place, still doing well under their interim manager, who's been their assistant manager for a while beforehand. Obviously going for a big shift after their managerial change with Alan Devonshire after all these years. But they've done all right. They've scored the last two of the last 6 games have got last-minute winners. So they'll definitely be a team. I thought they'd be up there, to be honest with you, at the start of the season, and they could still sneak into the playoffs. So yeah, I think it'll be tight from Torquay's point of view. It's just a case as we're going to swap ends before kick-off. For Torquay's point of view, it's just shown that midweek was just a bump in the road. It was at first defeat in 8 games. Obviously not an acceptable result at all, but still come on. We're top of the league, and win today, and we win enough games before now the end of the season, and we won't have to remember games like a 1-0 defeat at Chippenham. But yeah, it just shows that anyone in this league, if you don't take your chances, obviously away from home, we've had a habit of going 1-0 down. So we just need to make sure a positive start, kick into the family stand first half. Yep. And yeah, let's go. I'm excited to see Nash and Dyer today.
Well, Torquay have got their traditional home kit on. I tell you what, these shorts look blacker every week, Sam. It's yellow tops, dark shorts, yellow socks. Maidenhead play in a half and half, white and black top, black shorts and red socks as we get underway. Louis Dennis takes kick-off, as Sam said. Maidenhead have turned Torquay United around, so Torquay will be hitting into the family stand, the traditional home end as it were, and where Torquay tend to prefer to hit into the second half. But it is something that happens here a lot. It doesn't usually affect the outcome of the game. Let's see how it goes, as immediately Matt Worthington tries to get down the right hand side. He's forced back, comes back to Ed Palmer. He will be attempted to be closed down by Dawson, but it goes back to James Hammond and then out to Ed Palmer again. I don't think Maidenhead with a touch yet, as Palmer decides to try and go long. Jordan Young just can't keep it in, and Maidenhead's first touch will indeed be a goal kick. It looks like we are going to indeed line up certainly 3 at the back anyway, Sam, with 2 wing backs, 2 deeper midfield, well, 2 central midfielders. I think our lineup is fairly accurate for them, with Dawson and Romero up front. 18 goals between the both of them. Josh Romero, a player that played here, Sam, they didn't really get going here, but I actually thought it was obvious he had something about him. He always
has something, but obviously missed quite a few chances in that season. We should have got promoted, so yeah, always give 100%, but it didn't quite work with him, with Torquay. But in terms of who aren't here, of course, listening, the pitch, well, it probably plays better than it looks. I mean, I heard, is this like the first it hasn't rained in Torquay almost like the whole year so far, something ridiculous like that?
If it does start later on, Sam, I can just imagine the listeners will be giving you some grief, actually.
It's not much grass on the side of where we've always seemed to struggle towards the Bristol bench where we're sitting here, but it looks like it's fairly even, and they put a lot of sand in the runoff area. That was the key bit where it got postponed against Dorking, just in by the dugouts. So yeah, it doesn't look great, but as long as it is it's playable. That's the main thing. A massive credit to all the grounds team who's been
we just had a little stop and play there as an attempted hook ball forward comes straight off the face of Jay Fulson. The referee just stopped to make sure that Jay was okay. He is. We're back underway, and again Worthington down the right hand side finds Sonny Blue low. Everton does well enough to control it, finds Worthington, he tries to play it over. That might break a Torquay way. Dan Hayfield can't get in there. It will come to Ed Palmer just inside his own half. Nash Sandiri, as he did at Chippenham on Tuesday. Well, people are saying Worthington was going to split the centre halves. I tell you what, you ain't seen nothing yet, because Sandiri's almost playing as a third centre half at times, but Hayfield again tries to come forward and 10-15 yards inside the Maidenhead half down the right hand side. Torquay United have a throw in which is quickly taken back to Ed Palmer. Maidenhead not even trying to press Torquay United until they get in the Maidenhead half. Here comes Palmer again looking to dig that ball forward, but Maidenhead not one but two defenders read it well and then give it away poorly to Jordan Young. He can't keep control of it, claims he was fouled. The referee says no. Riguet will try and come forward now. Popula, he just plays it back to Mantle, and he will come across to Clarima and strokes that back to Van Stappershoef in goal. I'm sure my pronunciation of him will elicit a few giggles at times. But I'm guessing he's of Dutch origin. So here comes Palmer again, feeding Worthington. He's already seen a lot of the ball down the right hand side, just 3.5 minutes, and his attempted cross is, well, as my colleague Sam says, poor there. That's just a generous description of it, Sam, if I'm honest there. That was terrible.
A couple of things I've noticed. Young still hobbling a little bit from an earlier challenge. Should be okay if he can run it off. So Torquay in a back four. Ed Palmer's in for the injured Dyer, as the same in midweek. Worthington's in right back. Interesting one. We and you were speaking a bit, Paul, weren't we? Also got two right backs in the team, in the squad, and we're putting on as a midfielder there. Got Nash and Dyer and Hayfield in central midfielder, even though Hayfield seems to be pushing on a little bit more in the opening exchanges. Nash and eyes on the ball, does very well there.
Sandiri does well, finds Morgan. I thought Morgan played well on Tuesday night. Now Sandiri's got it. He's played a nice little reverse ball looking for Everton. He was offside. He tried to be too clean. It was, but had an easier ball to Young, who was onside. In hindsight, would have been the better choice. But I think, if anything, Sam, we're only 4.5 minutes in, but Torquay United certainly trying to ask more of the questions. Maidenhead looks like they're content just to sort of ease themselves into the game. Not been any chances for either side really, but Maidenhead very little on the front foot. But it's going to be a free kick just outside the box, which will be taken by the keeper. It's a long one. Umera and Dreyer go up. Dreyer just about wins it. It was going to break to Worthington in a more central role. He dinks it forward looking for Jordan Young. A better attempt there by Worthington, but just a little bit too narrow of the pass, and it goes through to the keeper. And now again Mantle will come out. He finds Clarima. Ball goes up, but again Dreyer will win the header easily enough. Umera in a deeper position now, picks it up, strokes it back to midfield. That's given away there now. Louis Dennis, can he find the runner? Jordan Young, he is onside. Young, can he get it? No, he can't. A good tackle there by Onorisi, but it's going to be kept in by Worthington. Dennis is just inside him. He needs to know somebody's on him. He does. Gets it back to Worthington, then back to Nash Sandiri. The impetus a little bit come out. Sandiri gives that one away. At the moment, interestingly, Hayfield's playing that left midfield role and Sandiri on the right of the two of them, as here come Maidenhead the first time, and it's going to be Lawson, Mitchell Lawson up the wing, gets it back, and a ball's going to come into Torquay's box. It's a really poor one, but Dreyer gets away with a big mistake there. Almost let the Maidenhead striker in at the back post there. Here comes a shot from Maidenhead. Ed Palmer doesn't lack bravery, takes the ball off his head, and eventually Torquay United clear it, but Maidenhead at last beginning to ask some questions on the front foot. Good afternoon, welcome to any of their fans that have joined us today. A 3-1 win at York Road was the start of a decent run of away form for Torquay United, but Maidenhead spend most of their time in the National League, never mind the South, so we know they're going to be a good side. The ball's dinked there, but Dan Hayfield tries to get in front of his man. Good running. The ball played into the box. Yearwood it was again, getting up in support. Worthington finds Jordan Young midway inside his own half. He's got really nowhere to go. Jordan Young, in truth, keeps possession, comes back in, strokes it along to Dreyer, and now United will try down the left hand side as Dreyer finds Fulston. Dylan Morgan Morgan comes to offer him the option, but he doesn't take it back to Sam Dreer. This is midway inside Torquay United's half. Dreer looking for movement, but Maidenhead's organisation is limiting that. Samdiri now finds Morgan. He tries to dink it forward, but that's a little bit too easy. And then Morgan does really, really well, plays the ball down for Low Everton. If he can keep that in, he does left coming into the left edge of the box up against his man, goes inside. That's a clear free kick there. Mantle comes across there and obstructs Sonny Blue. Low Everton, it's what, Sam, 10 yards from goal, 3-4 yards to the left of the penalty area. Chance for a ball into the box, but Low Everton showing he's worth there.
I was just thinking, Torquay need to show a bit more imagination. So Maidenhead looked very well organised, but are not pressing at all when Torquay have the ball in the back line. Sonny Blue Everton just got on the left hand side. Morgan came inside. There's that nice interchange, sort of took them out of position. That's what Torquay need to do. We've been firing a few balls trying to get in behind. It's just not worked. So it really needs to be playing it into the creative players and the wingers coming in and out and sort of dragging the Maidenhead players with them, really, because they won't press, but they look very organised.
A big goal coming up as Tonbridge have taken the lead at Hornchurch as Sonny Blue. Low Everton's right-footed free kick is an attempt on goal. It's headed over the bar there. I think it was Mitchell Lawson that protected his goalkeeper, and Torquay United will have a corner from the right-hand side, which surprisingly it looks like Low Everton's going to take, or is he waiting for Jordan Young to go across?
It was a dangerous ball, wasn't it? The keeper was coming out for a cross and it got completely taken away from him by his defender, who did very well to put it out for the corner.
Well, Torquay, Low Everton's going to take the outswinger here, right-hand side. We have played just over 8 minutes here. Corner to United from the right side, the right foot of Low Everton dinks it in, up go the heads, can it break a Torquay way? Ed Palmer managed to just about keep possession for Torquay. Now Jay Fulson's at distance, dinks at the edge of the box. Dan Hayfield gets it, does well enough, comes back to Worthington though, just inside the Maidenhead half. Worthington coming forward, finds Sonny Blue. Low Everton, he's got Sandiri to his left again, a little bit tentative from Torquay, now out to Fulson on the left hand side. Low Everton makes a run, Fulston says sorry, not this time. Sandiri again now coming forward, he's got Worthington to the right of him, 35 yards from goal, everybody behind it. Good ball there for Jordan Young. If he can keep that in, he can keep it in, but truthfully I think Young had to read that a tad better there. And now it's going to be Rigwet coming forward. He finds Dawson just on the halfway line. Papula's on the left hand side, comes back inside, dinks it across, looking for right centre back Clorima. And now Maidenhead will try and build, and again Umera comes short, but that's poor. Ed Palmer finds Dennis, decent control by Dennis, decent defending there again by Mantle, and the referee deems that's a free kick. Sorry, just to confirm that early goal in the National League, well, 2 early goals actually, and the Torquay fans will love this. Well, actually 3. After 11 minutes it is Dorking Wanderers 0, Farnborough 2, and Hornchurch 0, Tonbridge 1. So that's if a certain beer company did Saturday, Sam, that's the way Torquay would want them to start, isn't it?
Yeah, but I wouldn't put it for Dorking like to come from 2-0 down quite a lot.
Well, to be fair, I mean, their home record is so good and they've hardly conceded a goal as well, but they find
Farnborough have all sorts beforehand, aren't they?
Yep.
So that would be a shock, but for Torquay's point of view, we've just got to keep winning games. Honestly, it's an inconsistent league. Torquay just got to be the team. I was really hoping we'd be the team that would just kind of run away with it in a way, but hopefully the midweek won't stop that.
Here comes Sandiri rampaging forward in the middle of the Maidenhead half, finds Dylan Morgan, Fulston offers him support. Morgan comes back in on the right foot, and it goes already. Mantle's having a sterling game at the back there. He gets his head on it. Sandiri dinks it forward, looking for Fulston. I think that went out, it did. It's going to be a throw into Maidenhead, but huge surprise in the early surprise. Dorking 0, Farnborough 2, Hornchurch 0, Tonbridge 1. Tonbridge actually quite decent on the road, to be fair to him, this season. But here at Plainmore on BBC Radio Devon Sport, Torquay United 0, Maidenhead 0, 11 minutes gone now. Louis Dennis could change that though, he's heading to the edge of the box. Louis Dennis cuts inside really well, Dennis. That's a stunning tackle there, to be fair. On a racy over there, he puts it out for a corner. Brilliant play by Louis Dennis, even better defended by Honoresi. Corner to Torquay.
I'll say that's the second or third time Maidenhead have been really sloppy in possession, and it's well picked up between Dennis and Young. Dennis literally chopped cut inside the defender, and he's just about to pull the trigger. One-on-one with the keeper. It's fantastic recovery challenge. Perfect timing, corner for Torquay.
Well, Jordan Young again, not on the corners from this right-hand side. It's going to be Sonny Blue Low Everton. Obviously some tactic here. The ball comes up, it's all the way over. St Deary should pick that up at the left edge of the box. He does. He's got Fulson behind him. Can Fulson get it in? It's a low one though. Dan Hayfield does well, plays it back to Morgan. Again, really strong defended by Maidenhead, but Jordan Young cuts off their clearance, does well. Jordan Young, not once but twice, and eventually he's fouled.
I think twice. He's done brilliantly, but I wouldn't argue that that's a free kick, if I'm honest with you. If I was Maidenhead fan, a bit frustrated there, but yeah, Jordan Young's done brilliantly there. He stopped a potential Maidenhead counter. Again, it's another time that Maidenhead have had a couple of opportunities to break us down, and thanks from a Torquay point of view, they haven't managed to find that quality yet. But still, that was brilliant by Young. Really, really, smart play. Shows that, he's not just this great creative player. He also does track back, and he can.
I know you're
get stuck in.
You're more used to asking the question, Sam, but you're going to be asked one now. Are Torquay going to take a shot from here? It must be 35 yards.
Young might. He's got the ability to, and they have only put. It's similar to that Liverpool one against Man City in terms of range. Yeah, but I think they've gone for a shot.
There's the answer. It comes to Worthington. He is going to try a shot, and it doesn't even reach the box. But Jordan Young gets a tackle in. Sonny Blue Low Everton gets it. Can Dan Hayfield get in? He can to stop Maidenhead breaking away, but
it is a shambles. That honestly,
really poor.
Worthington's had a few of them this game.
Yeah,
can't lie to you.
Sonny Blue Low Everton does well to tackle over halfway inside his own half on the right hand side, and he wins the throw in with a deflection, which is taken quickly by Worthington.
It's such a waste, honestly. I think he's gone for a shot from about 30 yards, and it barely reached the penalty box.
No, it didn't reach a penalty box. No. Yeah, you're right, Sam.
Even if there wasn't a player there, I don't think it reached the goal.
Absolutely, I think you or I could have got down and saved that actually if it did trundle its way through. But probably you'd be favouriting that one. I'm guessing you're a tad nippier, but it's. Here come Maidenhead trying to build from the back. Torquay pressing them quite well, but Worthington's deemed to have brought down. I don't think it is Popula, and it's going to be a free kick 10 yards inside the Torquay United half in the left channel, so to speak, which will be taken by Maidenhead. But even then, they're not really at the moment putting too many people forward. I don't know if they're going to try a set piece here, but they seem a little bit, I'm sure it's a plan, Sam, but Maidenhead just tepid performance from them so far, I'd say.
I'm pretty sure they grow into the game as they go along.
Absolutely, yeah.
But
absolutely.
Yeah, they look organised, but they also don't look like they've got that cutting edge at the moment.
Yeah. Well, eventually it's going to be taken. It's a left-footed one. It's not the best, but it does find a Maidenhead player. Then it's dinked into the box, but it's going to go all the way out, I think, for a goal kick. Worthington will let it go. 14 and a half minutes played here at Plainmore on BBC Radio, Devon Sport. Torquay United 0, Maidenhead 0, but the better news, well, even better, Weston-super-Mare 0, Eastbourne 1, Hornchurch 0, Tonbridge 1, Dorking 0, Farnborough 2, and Hemel 0, Worthing 0 are the scores for the teams in and around the top, as Sonny Blue Low Everton comes charging forward for Torquay, cuts inside, he's got Morgan on the left, he's got a lot of support here. Sonny Blue Low Everton, he tries to come the other way, finds Jordan Young. Can Young get a shot back to Sonny Blue Low Everton? He's going to try a shot, he does. It's up and over the bar. Dylan Morgan in particular and Jay Fulston looking and saying, why are you not playing this out on the left?
Yeah, should have gone left.
Absolutely.
I love Low Everton, but he reached to play it. We had two men over the left. I know it's not the greatest service there at the moment because of the rain, but that was much easier, and then he just went back and the shot has almost hit the clock in the family stand.
Look, Sam, listen, I fully appreciate we're all master tacticians from a commentary box, but in my opinion, Matt Worthington's not a right back, and I also will say I don't really think Sonny Blue Low Everton's a number 10 either.
This is the thing we're having this debate, and I'm with you, because I think Worthington, it's just a case, I would like to see more output going forward if he's going to be, in the right back position. Low Everton, he's said, his out and out position is a 10, but I much prefer him in midfield and the deeper role because his ball carrying skills are fantastic.
He's one of the first names on the team sheet for me, just not as a number 10. I think we're spoiled for choice in that area.
I'll first see Dennis, then Cook up front.
Yeah.
I mean, on paper you say Matt J, but he just can't find the consistency and impact in games you want a lot of the time, so... Yeah, it's an interesting one. We're spoilt for choice, put it that way.
Well, rather that than what we were facing earlier in the season, Sam, when we could barely struggle to get a team together and really struggle to fill a bench. Only 6 on the bench today for Torquay, interestingly, but as Louis Dennis tries to bring that down. Low Everton goes to close down Clarima, but he clears easily enough, and Sam Dreer picks it up easily enough, plays it to Jay Fulston. Mitchell Lawson goes to close him down, forces Fulston into a pass that goes astray, and now here's a chance for Robinson, so we'll come to him in a minute, Sam.
Again, that's just a little bit of pressing by Palmer and Maidenhead. This game's there for a take it. Both teams are a little bit, they're conserving it a little bit, aren't they?
To be honest, Maidenhead at the moment, Sam, after 17 minutes are playing like a team that want a 0-0, and it'll be interesting if Torquay do get the first goal, what changes they'll make, at least in terms of the mentality. They don't need to change their shape, but it's even then again, they're looking to go back all the time.
Talking have one back 2-1.
It ends up they had the ball in Torquay's half there, and 2 passes later it's at the feet of their goalkeeper, but again they dink it forward, looking for a supporting run. Sam Dreer gets in front of Dawson, their top scorer.
Good defending by Dreer, that.
Yeah, good reading of the play by Dreer there. Palmer caught a little bit upfield. Dreer recognised it, gets in front of Dawson, throw into Maidenhead, and again they will try to come forward as again Robinson exchanges passes with Regret out on the left hand side. Ball dinked towards Torquay.
Western losing at home to Eastbourne.
Yep. Another team with a really strong home record. Now here's a chance on the edge of the box. Jumeirah's got it. It's dinked in towards the back post, but it goes behind everybody a little bit, fortunately for Torquay United, and now Maidenhead have it back. Clarima, he tries to get it forward, but Sonny Blue Low Everton back there defending, still can't get it. Lawson again gets in, Sandiri gets ahead away, and now Dylan Morgan, if he can beat the first man, which he can't, and it's eventually cleared away by Fulston, and Louis Dennis does well enough to pressure Mantle in to concede a throw-in.
Man, he's been very solid, that Maidenhead player, but they're in a bit of a difficult position, Torquay were, and he just miscontrolled it, and we've got a throw in at the halfway line. Again, I just felt we had the ball there. Dylan Morgan, he's nothing really on. I want to see a little bit more movement for him when Torquay are in possession. It's a little bit static.
I thought Morgan made a difference on Tuesday night, Sam. He's running at players. It's what kind of his biggest strength is.
Skill.
Really, really well there. Then gets out to Dylan Morgan. Now Dylan Morgan is up against Clarima, left edge of the box, trying to go by him. Clarima does really well. It will come off Clarima, but Morgan keeps it in for some reason.
Wow.
Then there's a brilliant little turn there. He's in the box. A low one across Louis Dennis. Back to Low Everton. Well blocked. Comes to Jordan Young. Blocked again. And Maidenhead scramble it clear. 2 huge chances there for Torquay United. The referee lets that go. Fulston. Better from Torquay United.
Fantastic last ditch defending, fantastic skill though by Torquay, especially Morgan and Sundar in that move as he come forward again.
The ball stinked again. Here's Sonny Blue Low Everton now on the left hand side, trying to go past his man, but again Mantle does well. Torquay have a throw in, but really excellent stuff from Dylan Morgan there for a minute there.
Skill, and Sundar as well. The difference for me is Low Everton and how much we can get him into the wings and really sort of pull in Maidenhead players out of position for me.
Yeah. I'll tell you what I never realised, appreciated yet, is how 2-footed Sandiri is, sir. Yeah. I thought he was more a natural left-footed player, but he actually seems to prefer his right, but his left still pretty strong, isn't it?
I also, because I never really got to see him much this season, he's not just this kind of I'm going to win the ball and I'm not going the ball. I say he's more of a ball player as well. We're talking about a real decent player in him if he stays fit.
Well, fingers crossed. The injury he got, I was at that game against Tottenham, if memory serves me.
Dover, was it? I'm not too sure. Dover or Tottenham, one of the two.
And I just watched him out there in the middle of the park, and I said to my colleague, I said, he's done, I'm telling you. It was one of them, you just knew something bad had happened, but he has done well, come back. From what I gather, he's really, really put a lot of effort into getting himself fit again.
Yeah, it's fantastic. There was fears his season was done when that happened, I remember at the time. So.
Yeah. Maidenhead again through Clarima, trying to find something forward. Jumeirah again comes deep, does well to hold it up, plays it back to Clarima, now into Mantle. He does just enough to get past Louis Dennis. Sonny Blue Low Everton almost slips, certainly avoid pressing. Now Dylan Morgan is missed out there, but Morgan gets in. That's another nice turn by Dylan Morgan. Can he find the ball to Louis Dennis, but Dennis's body shape was all wrong, not really through his own fault. I think Morgan played the pass perhaps a little bit too early, but it was understandable, and it's through again, cleared by the keeper. Ed Palmer heads it back, Mantle kicks it back. Fulson will just let that go out for a throw in. 21 gone here at Plainmoor. Torquay United nil, Maidenhead nil. And I think it would be fair to say, Sam, any bias aside, that Torquay have certainly been the better side. Ebbsfleet.
Yeah, that was the biggest chance there. Just that fantastic couple of blocks by Maidenhead. Oh, wake up there, boys. But
well, here comes
chance for Maidenhead, see what they can do.
They can, the ball into the box, Palmer will head that away.
Just a few times that both teams have not been quite on the same wavelength, I think, with players. Intense there. Jordan Young suggests to
free kick.
Been
no,
fouled
it's a free
there.
kick to Torquay, free kick to Torquay. Sorry, Ebbsfleet 1, Taunton 0. Another team sneaking up the league. Weston still behind, Hornchurch still behind, and as Sam said, Dorking get one back against Farnborough, but they're still 2-1 down. Don't think anybody would expected Farnborough to take a 2-0 lead there, but plenty of time to go. And as you, well, I thought you were joking, Sam, when you said it's that Dorking like to come back from 2-0 down. I was saying don't jinx it, but it seems like that's exactly what they're doing.
It seems like I've seen that score a lot of times over the last few years with Dorking, like a 4-2 win after being 2-0 down.
Yeah.
But still Torquay's free kick in the half, which can be hit into
Worthington dinks up the edge of the box. Ed Palmer will look, but I think that Shumera back there does well. Foster, can Morgan get on it? No, he can't. Really good play there by Maidenhead, and Papula now is going to break forward, but it's him against 4 Torquay. He tries to go inside Worthington, and Worthington might pick up a yellow card.
Probably deserves a yellow there.
Well, so did I, but the referee's been quite generous there. Papula skinned Worthington there. I'm not sure. I think possibly. No, he is going to get it, Sam. He is indeed. And truthfully, I think that's a fair call by the ref.
100%, I have no complaints there. Worthington's having a bit of a tricky. I know it's a so-called easy target from Torquay point of view, but he's just struggling for me. He's just not hitting what we expected.
Well, it's going to be, I think, Robinson to try and dink this. Well, not to try, he will dink this one in. Everybody on the edge of Torquay's box. Here it comes, long diagonal. Sam Dreyer gets it out. Jay Filson completes it. Well, helps the clearance. Dylan Morgan completes it. But now it comes back to Joe Lawson. His long diagonal ball. Worthington gets on it there. Worthington now steps in. He needs to step out of this tackle. I thought it was going to go flying in there for a minute. Jordan Young out muscled on the left. Here's another chance for Maidenhead. It's a low ball into the box. Numera gets a break of the ball, turns one way, then the other, gets it back. Maidenhead still trying to find a little bit of space, dinks the ball in, but headed away by Fulston. Sonny Blue, Low Everton can't reach that, and it will be Robinson playing it out to Clarima on this right hand side. He comes back to Mitchell Lawson halfway inside Torquay's half. He's running towards the edge of the box, going past a couple of players, dinks it through, and the referee is not going to give a free kick for that.
I think from a Maidenhead perspective, I think you would be happy with how your team's been set up. I think they're set up quite well as the game's going to stop for an injury to Maidenhead, but like there's just the first 24 minutes, there's no urgency or really creativity in that final third, is there?
That was Mitchell Lawson rampaging through, and I'm going to be honest, Sam, I'm a little bit surprised they never got a free kick for that.
It was a little bit blocked. He's going down with like he's had a whack in the face a little bit, I think. So.
I think because he prodded the ball quite far forward, but I think he was fouled there, to be honest. And the referee,
he has recovered fantastically well.
Drops it to James Hammond, and we get back underway as Palmer finds Worthington on that right hand side. Worthington on a yellow card. Sam, is that a decision Paul Wotton's got to make at some point today? Then? As they will target him, as Low Everton plays a decent Young plays a decent ball to Low Everton. He's got Dylan Morgan up support, Louis Dennis behind him. Low Everton, he's on the right edge of the box, but he's well tackled there.
Maidenhead did really well to cover. He made it too easy. I think there's a lovely ball coming in the box, but Maidenhead defender, they cover themselves really well. They're a good unit, and it's a nice move now for Torquay again.
Here's a chance in for Dan Hayfield, saved by the goalkeeper. I think that showed Sonny Blue's limitations as a number 10 there, to be honest, Sam.
Just a little bit slow when he got there. I think I prefer Low Everton when he's got the whole pitch to see what's going on ahead of him. But amazing running. He's so smart with his running. That's one thing I'll give him. But it's that a little bit slower there. But nice move there. Hayfield, easy for the keeper, but we've won a corner out of it. That's what you always ask for. Test the keeper.
He's going to take with the right foot. He delays it. I don't know what that was for, if this is tactical or not.
It's frustrated.
We've got Dreyer, Palmer, Dennis, Morgan and Hayfield in the box. Here it comes. Can Louis Dennis going to know it's going to come to Sindiri, the edge of the box, but no space for a shot. Comes back to Worthington. Worthington's got the whole field in front of him, dinks it looking for the header. Dan Hayfield, who does win his header, but nobody following up for Torquay. Dylan Morgan picks it up 30 yards from goal, comes back to the halfway line to Worthington again, the only player anywhere near himself. St Deary plays it out to Fulston. Morgan's in front of him, but this will come back to St Deary as United trying to probe and get in front there, but a poor ball for Dreher on the edge of the box. Sees Papula break away, and now a chance here for top scorer Dawson. He got the right hand side. Dreher goes back, he's got 2 in the box now. Papula now, Mera's trying to join him, dinks it in, it's headed, it's going to break to Umera at the back post. Good block by Ed Palmer, and now Louis Dennis has got a chance to break for Torquay United. 27 gone at Plainmore. Louis Dennis coming up, he's got nobody in support except Jordan Young, who does manage to stay onside, but he's going to need to slow things down. Finds Sonny Blue Low Everton. Dennis has now went offside. Jordan Young slips a little bit but regains it, and rather than playing a simple pass to Fulston in acres of space, he turns back and almost loses possession, and now it's Palmer and Dreher just on the halfway line for Torquay. It's 27 minutes gone here on BBC Radio Devon Sport. There's a ball through by Palmer, but it's blocked here again by Mantle. He's putting an early contender in for man of the match at the moment, and now Papula will try and break forward for the visitors up over the halfway line. Morgan and Low Everton try to close him down, think through, but St Deary matches Josh Umera's run. James Hammond has the ball, and Torquay can think again.
The rhythm would definitely suit Maidenhead so far. Torquay not been poor at all. They've been very half decent, but they're just a few balls here and there, just frustrating. I will be surprised if there's a goal before half time, to be really honest with you.
If there is going to be one, I suppose Torquay would be looking the more likely, but in truth, Sam, I've not got any chances down for Maidenhead, and not very many decent ones for Torquay, as Dylan Morgan goes against Clarima, but nobody there to close down the goalkeeper, so he's got loads of time just to play it up.
What we've learned is if we're going to play it long today, we've lost the battle, because Maidenhead are so well drilled, and they're tall and also quite athletic at the back, as in they're not going to get caught for pace either. So it needs to be played into Low Everton's, into Young's, into Morgan's feet. I've used like the fullbacks more going forward a few times. I think Jay Fulston got a bit of a word at half time to his teammates, because he's been in a really good space to move it left and right, use a bit of imagination, but it's just too easy. I think Torquay sometimes, just get the ball and run at players more,
One of the things Paul said to me is he's expecting his fullbacks to be more involved, and when you're playing against a 3 at the back, for me, Sam, stretching them. Yeah, absolutely. You need to stretch those 3. As Sonny Blue Low Everton has it, finds Dan Hayfield just inside the Maidenhead half, down the right hand side. Jordan Young hugging the touchline. He is up against Reguette, plays it on to Dan Hayfield, a low ball across, cleared again by Mantle. He seems to be everywhere at the moment, or certainly in the right position at the right time. Dorking 2, Farnborough 2. Already they have managed to come back, but it's a throw in to Torquay United, quickly taken. Worthington gives it back to Jordan Young. Jordan Young dinks it across to Fulston, a little bit of space, he tries to dink it through, claiming handball, it's not, and Fulston fouls his man, but the referee lets it go as Mitchell Lawson will come forward. Sam Dreher gets a tackle in, St Deary tries to get a tackle in, and then the Maidenhead player throws himself to the ground. Never a free kick. Jordan Young coming forward now, he's got again space, again Dylan Morgan exasperated by Jordan Young.
Move it left to right more, right to left more.
Sam, am I being silly here? Are Torquay deliberately avoiding this side of the park because of the condition of it? It's the amount of times there's been space,
and the best play this game has been through Morgan.
Exactly.
And Low Everton on the left hand side when he's come across, so it's frustrating.
Here comes St Deary though. He does come to the left hand side, but Morgan
what a touch,
does well, truthfully a lot overhit by St Deary. Morgan comes, come on referee. Mitchell Lawson just throws himself to the ground there because Dylan Morgan was on the same postcode.
That ball was moving from the free kick. Yeah, so I think Torquay's make it slightly harder for themselves than they used to be. Just left to right, just make it a little bit too easy for Maidenhead for me.
Weston-super-Mare grab an equaliser at home to Eastbourne, 1-1. Eastbourne in big trouble down the bottom, although they did get a decent win against Maidstone the other night. And now here comes Onorese, the man who's put in probably the biggest moment of the game with that tackle on Dennis over to Clarima. Played up the line, but Sam Dreher and Jay Fulson between them just mopped that up and come back to James Hammond. 31 minutes gone here on BBC Radio Devon Sport. Yeah, I seen it a minute ago. It's Weston equalise as well as the big ball goes forward, but again Sonny Blue Low Everton not got the height to compete for that.
Chance for Young.
And here's a chance for Young. He gives it to Sonny Blue left in the box. Can he fashion space for a shot? He can, but again on a race he puts in a brilliant block again.
I just think we need to be a bit quicker. I think we're a bit quicker. Maidenhead are really good in defence. I just think in that final third, can't really draw. Just got to be quicker. From a Torquay point of view.
Still asking most, if not all, of the questions. To be fair, Sundiri on the halfway line. Plymouth Argyle are 1-0 up away at Blackpool. Mitchell's 30th minute strike separating the sides as Clarima makes a little bit of a mistake there and gives Dylan Morgan and Dennis a chance to press, but not that much of a chance as the ball comes up. Umera again really kind of bought that one, but referee decides Exeter 0, Northampton 0, the other score for our Devon sides. Latest score, of course, that is. And I said Weston 1, Eastbourne 1. As Mantle tries to play it out to Clarima right in front of Paul Watton, does well. Clarima finds Josh Umera. He's certainly not playing as an out-and-out striker today, Umera, but
the ball isn't like bobbling at all on this bit, even though it doesn't aesthetically look nice. The ball, it's absolutely flat in terms of how it's looked, so we shouldn't, I know we're not, but it shouldn't be a case of avoiding it.
Sort of foul throw there. Now he's taking it from further back. Clarima will take it again just in front of their own dugout. 32 minutes just overplayed here at Plainmoor. As myself and Sam suspected, a tight game with not a huge amount of chances. Papula does really well there. He's running at Worthington. He's got support on the left hand side, and here comes a shot just wide of the post. I think it was Raggett up there from the left wing back position. By far Maidenhead's best chance, Sam, and truthfully he should have kept that on target from our angle.
Yeah, it should have done a lot better. Worthington was left 2-1, and it's just easy, so easy for Maidenhead, and really should have got on target. But Torquay let off. They will be dangerous, but yeah, frustrating. But Torquay, I wouldn't say they're doing anything particularly wrong. Just need to a bit more imagination, a bit more tempo in that final third from that point of view. Else we're just playing into Maidenhead's hands. Their game plan looks to be working. If they can find a bit of quality, their game plan looks to be working very well.
Yep. That's going to be a Torquay United throw-in as Mitchell Lawson tried to go past Dylan Morgan but overhit it. But I'll tell you what, Sam, from a Torquay perspective at the moment, if I'm Paul Watton, I'm really concerned about what's going to happen down that right hand side. Worthington, I'm not blaming him for that one there, to be fair, as Dylan Morgan,
he's on a yellow now as well,
exactly, picks it up on the halfway line, but again he's a little bit too lax, and Mitchell Lawson will come forward for the visit as he plays it inside to Robinson. He finds Papula again. Regret comes up to help him, but it's played to the offside Liam Dawson. But at the moment, I don't want to say it's a scrappy game, Sam. That's a little bit unfair, but there's not a huge amount of quality at the moment. I would say
it's not particularly a good one, put it that way. It's just both teams trying to find their way. I say they're playing it in good spirits, the game, but it's just a lack of quality, if I'm honest. I was thinking, how would you change it? I want to see Dennis in the number 10 a bit more, and drop Low Everton back, but I have not got criticism at all of Low Everton and Sundaya there, so that's a tricky one. I'd probably bring Thomas on for the books, Worthington and right back to hopefully give us a bit more pace and excitement from the full-back position going up there. And then obviously if you have Cook on up front with Dennis in the 10, that gives you like another option there, but it's not, I won't change those. Maidenhead again growing in confidence.
Oh, that's not a free kick now. Worthington.
They go down too easily there.
They are a little bit actually.
If he's staying on his feet, he was in a really good position there. Oh, lovely turn. Don't know if it's luck or skill by Dennis.
That right edge of the box. Dennis comes back inside. He's got support, but he's pulled down there. That was in the box. The referee and linesman say no, and he miskicked his shot, claiming he was pulled. Dennis, he's not happy, but
we had good options there. I know it's good defending. I'm not blaming Dennis at all there, but it just needs to be a little bit quicker from a Torquay point of view. We could have had a 3-on-3 there. So we love this. Have been some lovely turns individually by Torquay. Morgan, Dennis, Sundaya in this game. So it's coming there, but it's just in patches.
Well, Umera, come on. Clear dive there. Seriously.
You've got to start booking these players for diving.
Exactly, As the ball comes up, but Sundiri just make sure Papula's not getting to it. James Hammond eventually lets it run into the box.
It's funny, when Josh Romero was at Torquay, I used to get really frustrated that he'd win nothing. He'd literally be hit by a centre-back and win nothing. But today, I'm looking at him, I'm going, well, maybe it was time he was just diving, but surely not. He needs to be stronger there.
Dennis goes up against Clarima. Clarima wins that one. Robinson gets it down, looking for Mitchell Lawson. He finds it, plays it up again. Umera looking to get in behind Sam Dreer. James Hammond will come out his goal. Steady. Plays it across to Ed Palmer. That wasn't the wisest pass there, but Palmer does well enough. Dreer picks that up. Should have let it go to Fulston. Then gives it away. Gives it to Sonny Blue. Low Everton. Torquay have got 3 men in front of him. One of them being Jordan Young, coming up the right edge of the box. Wrong for support, and Jordan Young, unusually for him, hits his first touch. The fans not too happy with that one.
Has been pulled back,
and it's not only that, it's now a throw in to Maidenhead. I didn't see that coming back off Jordan Young, Sam, but I was a little bit exasperated. Hornchurch have equalised at home to Tonbridge.
I'm really frustrated really, because Torquay in such a good position. We kind of got away with it a little bit. They're pressed on because we had a bit of a dodgy back pass, and the pass has just about got through Sonny Blue Everton. He's got the whole pitch to look at. It's found Young, and Young's touch just bobbled and it's poor, and then they've ended up losing possession from it. But there's also a player being held back within there which is just exaggerated, I couldn't say that word, Paul Watson and a lot of the Torquay fans, but still battle goes on. Just sometimes you need that a little bit though. Sometimes just a little bit of fire, with intensity. Maidenhead are pressing a little bit more now, which could actually benefit Torquay.
Sonny Blue, Low Everton. Morgan made a run, but Low Everton decides against the pass, probably wisely to be fair. But now back to Dreer, I think.
Lovely by Hayfield. He's been probably Torquay's best player so far.
Now Worthington driving into the Maidenhead half. Young on the right hand side, Dennis and Morgan in the box. Dan Hayfield holds back a little bit. Now he makes his run into the box. The cross comes in. That's really, really poor from Jordan Young. We've played 38 minutes almost here at Plainmoor. Torquay United 0, Maidenhead United 0. Thank you for joining us here on BBC Radio Devon Sport. I'm Paul Mulhern today, joined by Sam Swan. And Sam, without wishing to think for you, you're becoming a tad more exasperated as the half's going on.
Yeah, I couldn't pronounce that word earlier, Paul. Thanks for saying it. Yeah, I am. My Torquay brain is definitely a little bit frustrated at the moment. I think it's starting to improve the overall game. Maidenhead is starting to press a little bit more now, definitely, which is giving us more space to play with, but it also means they sort of break into the game as well. So I'd say this kind of, the fans are sort of getting a little bit on the back, just that little references in there, which really just adds something, and I think that all but benefits Torquay really, when the game has more tempo and sort of a bit more risk on both teams, but we'll see.
Robinson and Onorisi combine to find Driguet on the left hand side, back into Robinson. This is in Torquay's half. Ed Palmer steps out, referee, good decision, doesn't give a free kick. Palmer plays it to Morgan. Truthfully, he had Clarima right up against him. I think Palmer again, possibly not the wisest choice there, but fair play to Maidenhead.
We look like we're Torquay are sort of kind of playing it into positions where they hope and they believe their teammates should be at times. Like that young cross was absolutely excellent if there was a player at the back post, but there wasn't a few minutes ago. So yeah, they're still a bit frustrated, not quite on the same wavelength at the moment. Here
comes Dawson on the left hand side, skins Palmer. He's got a chance to get the ball, and he does get it in to the head of Umera.
Dreer did enough there.
Yeah, I thought Dreer actually come off Dreer, but he covered the near post well. Umera couldn't get his head fully on the ball. Maidenhead claiming that was a corner kick. I'll be fair to them, it looked like it to me, but while they're complaining, or it's the bench that's complaining, Torquay take the kick quickly, but only from the Palmer from Hammond to Palmer and back to Hammond. We've just got over 5 minutes left of this first half here. As expected, it's been a tight game. You can see why Maidenhead don't concede a lot, but truthfully, without wishing to be disrespectful to them, you can see why they don't score a lot either. However, only takes one, as everybody knows, as Louis Dennis, forced back into his own half, keeps possession, finds Dreer. Now there's no focal point for Dreer to aim for, so instead he comes short to Low Everton, now finds Morgan. Nice little give and go. Again, Low Everton looking for Dennis, who's basically on the halfway line. And this, if you're going to criticise Louis Dennis, this is why.
But that's why I love him in the number 10. Yeah, exactly, he's so good at that.
Exactly. Finds Worthington on the right hand side now into Jordan Young, lets it go. Sonny Blue, Low Everton can't find space for a shot, comes inside, brilliant by Low Everton.
Oh, amazing.
That is stunning by Sonny Blue, Low Everton. He absolutely skins Onorisi in the box, beautiful close control, a low shot across the keeper into the far bottom corner. 41 minutes played here at Plainmoor. Sonny Blue Low Everton strikes. Torquay United 1, Maidenhead 0.
Well, we're discussing whether he should be number 10 or midfield, whatever, as long as he's in the team, he's going to be doing a good job. What a player he is, honestly. Lovely play. We were talking there, Louis Dennis started that move off, coming really deep, played it to Young, who then found Overton right hand side of the penalty box. He's put it, I think, through the legs. It's, the Torquay players have done that 3 or 4 times this game, and he's hit a really hard and low shot. The keeper's a big frame, but he just couldn't quite get it down quick enough for it. I think it's kind of gone underneath him a little bit, whatever it is, or it's deflected past him, one of the two, but it's brilliant. And he's so smart. Overton's so smart how he's done that, hit it hard and low, difficult for any keeper to save. We just needed that quality / slight bit of luck from a Torquay point of view to break down this very, very well drilled Maidenhead team. So yeah, Torquay 1, Maidenhead 0.
I'm taking full credit, well, we're taking full credit for that goal, Sam. It was just the old reverse psychology trick from us in the commentary box there. We said Sonny Blue Low Everton might not be in his best position as a number 10. Well, that's how words rammed right down our throats, wasn't it? Beautiful close control by Sonny Blue Low Everton in the box there. He was about 2 yards from our angle to the right of the 6-yard box, about 8-9 yards out. Beautiful, they're dragged back and then pushed forward almost in one movement. Absolutely skins the defender Emmanuel Onarese and then plays it across the keeper into the far corner. Again, from our angle, perhaps the keeper might have wanted to do a little bit better there, but truthfully it was a beautiful finish, and Torquay United probably get the lead that they feel they deserve. Not created too much, only one chance for the visitors, but 2.5 minutes to the break, and Torquay United have got the breakthrough, and this is going to be interesting. Do Maidenhead start going for it almost straight away, or are they going to sit in their shape, keep doing what they're doing and hope to grab an equaliser? I suppose only time will tell, but Paul Watton will definitely, I believe, Sam, feel that his team deserve that lead.
Yeah, I agree. As you say, or as you said earlier in the commentary, what will come from Maidenhead now? Will they sort of step out? Will we see a little bit more quality? But they're going to really have to raise the quality. So saying that they've really been well drilled, but there's a bit of a lack of imagination in the final third. Here comes
Dan Hayfield. He still gets it. Hayfield plays in Worthington, right edge of the box, tries to go a low one in. A brilliant challenge there again by Mantle. Headed back towards the edge of the box. Nobody's offside. Dennis makes it difficult. Morgan does well, finds Jordan Young. He's got support Young in on the left foot. He tries one of his trademark shots. Well, that was the old sandwich, Sam, but unfortunately it went beyond the green and quite frankly onto the next golf course, really, didn't it? But Jordan Young, he did have the option to play, I think, Worthington down the right hand side, decided against it.
Yeah, again, great by Hayfield, absolutely fantastic. The midfield duo of Hayfield and Nash and Dyer has been absolutely brilliant. They're not there to exactly create the game, but they're there just to link things and work really hard. And we're saying Hayfield's done so well, not in a team at all really at the start of the season. He's kept his head down and he's kept improving as a player and shown his worth. As Maidenhead just looking to get Vermeer picked by Dreyer, but he's won a throw in a good position. It's where Maidenhead really need to start showing something.
Well, better news for Devon side as Plymouth Argyle have doubled their lead at Blackpool. Blackpool 0, Argyle 2 as Maidenhead. Well, the linesman's having a right go at Josh Umera here, and also Rennie Clarima. It is going to be, I think, a throw in eventually, but I think the linesman's almost, I don't know what, he's taking the two of them back to school. Here it comes, a long throw by Clarima into the edge of the box as a header. Torquay head gets it away. Louis Dennis tries to get it further away. Sam Dreyer up there. Dennis again challenges. Dylan Morgan then up in the air, comes an arm across his face, not illegally to be fair. Clarima punts it back in. This time Dreyer will get more distance on the clearance. Jordan Young picks it up, but again his control's poor now. Dan Hayfield slips it through. Sonny Blue Low Everton's onside, but he can't take the ball with him. Hayfield again coming up.
Look at that, amazing.
Is that going to be a free kick? He's seen if Morgan will get it. Excellent refereeing there, to be fair, by Saeed Asheni.
Fantastic.
Good refereeing. 1 minute additional time.
2-1 Hornchurch.
He gave Dylan Morgan every chance to pick that up, and then when Mitchell Lawson get back, he brings it back for a free kick. We are in the additional 1 minute's additional time. 20 seconds into that, but Torquay will have a chance to take this free kick and get it into the box. The referee will definitely allow that.
Can I say overall, he's a fantastic ref. There's been a couple of things. If you're a Maidenhead fan, a few 50-50 has gone Torquay's way, I believe. But I think the way, I love games that ref who just wants the game to grow, not be about them.
That's nice by Morgan. Now Fulston looking to try and get the ball in. If he comes back to Low Everton could get a ball into the box. He does get the ball into the box towards the back post. Palmer can't get near it, headed away. We are 10 seconds from the end. Sandiri dinks it again, looking for the header. Louis Dennis, up goes Dennis, won by Clarima. It comes to Dylan Morgan. Now Fulston, he comes back the way. If they don't get it forward, the referee will blow for half time, but Worthington is going to come forward. The referee is going to let it. He dinks it in, looking for the header. Palmer, he gets his head on it. Can Fulston get on it? No, he can't. Can Dennis get on it? It hit his hand. Unfortunately, it was a free kick, and I think that will be our Plymouth Argyle 3-0 up at Blackpool. Brilliant stuff from the Pilgrims there, but the referee, I think the minute this free kick's taken by the goalkeeper Jordi van Stappershoef, if I've pronounced that anywhere near correctly, the referee is going to blow for half time. Exeter, I believe, still 0-0. Plymouth 3-0, 1-0 Torquay. So far a decent day, and there goes the half-time whistle. We have reached the end of the first 45 here at Plainmoor, and a moment of magic by Sonny Blue. Low Everton in the 41st minute is the difference between the teams. It's been a little bit of a war of attrition at times. In my opinion, the best footballs came from Torquay. Sam Swan, I'm not sure if I think you will agree with that, but Torquay just about deserving the lead, do you think?
Yeah, definitely. Maidenhead, as I said a few times, set up really well this half, but Torquay, it's just about the individual quality Torquay possess, and a lot of my frustrations at the start of the season, we weren't seeing that enough. We've seen it from Morganson, Dye, Dennis a number of times, and thankfully from a Torquay point of view, finally we had a luck went our way a little bit. Sunderland Blue Everton, what a skill that was. Hit the strike low and hard, went through the kind of keeper just underneath, but still 1-0. Interesting now, I think, for Torquay. They've just got to carry on. For Maidenhead, do they go for it a little bit more in the second half, or they're going to be forced to, but that may leave gaps. Torquay just really have to make the most of on the sides, really, where they're playing with their three back. They have to get Fulston and Worthington, or Thomas if he comes on, bombing past this sort of their bit and taking it out, really.
Well, that was a question I was going to ask you just before we go back to Trail.
3-2 Farnborough, Dorking 2, Farnborough 3.
Do you think Farnborough 3-2 against Dorking? Do you think Jordan Thomas is an option for Worthington? Yeah, for the yellow card.
Yes.
It's been a decent first half here, not spectacular by any manner of means. Torquay certainly creating the better of the chances, but that moment of magic from Sonny Blue, Low Everton, the difference, a chance for Piquet didn't go in, but with 4 minutes to the break, Sonny Blue Everton puts it home side. Rejoin us for the second half, please. Half time, Torquay United 1, Maidstone United 0.
My Sunday morning radio show is a smorgasbord of good things. The helpings of inspiration are massive. We've gone large on stories from the great outdoors, including supersized servings of planting tips and practical advice. There's even a plate full of delicious seasonal recipes, all served up with the secret sauce of good cheer and humour. So join me, Toby Buckland, every Sunday morning, BBC Radio Devon from 10 a.m.
BBC Radio Devon.
Sport
With James Vickery.
Right, let's go around the grounds, find out what's been going on this afternoon. One full-time to tell you about. Let's see if we can get a full-time on the rugby then this afternoon with the Exeter Chiefs at home against Gloucester in the Prem Cup. Full-time report from Nigel Warrand.
Thank you, James. Yeah, Exeter have run out 48-14 winners here. That puts them top of the table of their Prem Cup group at the moment. And if Bath don't pick up anything against Bristol in a game going on at the moment, Exeter could conceivably qualify for the semi-finals by this evening. If not, they've got Bath at home next week to seal their place. It was 14-all at half-time. It was a very even game. Campbell Riddle getting a try for Exeter after 6 minutes, converted by Harvey Skinner. Gloucester then hit back with tries by Max Knight and Matthias Alemano from a charge down, both converted by George Barton. But right on the stroke of half-time, Zach Wimbush got over for a try. Skinner converted. converted, and it was 14 apiece. But it was all Exeter Chiefs in the second half. They ran in 6 tries and a very convincing second half display. Will Goodrick-Clark got the ball rolling 4 minutes into that second period. There were then 2 tries in 4 minutes for Campbell Riddle, taking him to his hat-trick, his second hat-trick in 2 weeks, and 7 tries in 3 games. And then Ethan Roots, a very popular score with try number 6. Zach Wimbush got his second of the game, and then the last try, 8 minutes some time, by Paul Brown-Bampo. Harvey Skinner adding 2 conversions in that second half. But the game was rather marred with what looked like a bad injury right near the end for Gloucester replacement Will Butler. But Exeter Chiefs fans will be able to go and celebrate in the clubhouse ahead of Scotland v England this afternoon. A full-time score here at Sandy Park. Exeter Chiefs 48, Gloucester 14.
Thank you, Nigel. Great stuff from Nigel and John Lockyer, and also, of course, the Exeter Chiefs this afternoon, who go top of their pool in the Prem Cup right now. Right to the football. At half-time, Plymouth Argyle fans in dreamland. They are well on top, well ahead, on course for 3 points at the Seaside at Blackpool. Anthony Waring.
Yeah, and if they're not in dreamland, James, then they certainly should be. How about this for a half-time scoreline? Blackpool 0, Plymouth Argyle 3. They have completely bossed this one right the way through the first 45 minutes. The scoring got underway on the half-hour mark when the centre-half Alex Mitchell found himself in a forward position to poke home a Herbie Kane free kick, which was floated into the penalty area. And then Argyle added 2 more in time added on at the end of the first half. The first of which was scored by Bim Pepple. Bit of a goal-mouth scramble, but Bim Pepple was on hand to nod the ball home for a 2-0 lead, and we thought, well, that's as good as it's going to get before the break. But it wasn't, because Malachi Boateng added a third in the 3rd minute of stoppage time. Influential in the build-up again, Herbie Kane. His shot was blocked, and again it bobbled round, and Malachi Boateng profited by putting it into the top corner. I don't think Tom Cleverley and the Argyle fans might have seen a better performance this season than what they saw in that first 45 minutes. Let's hope they can keep it going in the second period. At half-time here, it's Blackpool 0, Plymouth Argyle 3.
Thank you very much, Anthony Waring at Bloomfield Road this afternoon. Great scoreline for Plymouth Argyle. Elsewhere in League One, Exeter City at home against Northampton. No goals so far, but it's not for the lack of trying, Seth Conway.
Exactly so, James. 0-0 here at half-time, and not for the want of trying. Exeter by far the happier with their first 45 performance, but just couldn't find the end product. Multiple times City have found their way behind the Northampton defence, taking advantage of the visitors' lineup, getting into spaces between the lines, allowing Niskanen and Tutirov on both sides to send crosses into the middle. Wareham, Aitchison and Doyle Hayes all had shots that were either blocked or narrowly wide as City put on the pressure, but couldn't find the breakthrough. Ifeko and Woodhouse had further chances in the last 5 minutes of the half, but neither from headers could break the deadlock. If this is Gary Caldwell's last game in charge, then the quality that he's produced has never more so been on show. 6,310 here, being thoroughly entertained, but goalless at the break.
Thank you, Seth. So that's what's going on at SJP this afternoon. We'll keep an eye on those end-of-game celebrations, hopefully from an Exeter point of view, or end-of-game moments, if you like, just to see what the body language is saying from Gary Caldwell. To Plainmoor, Torquay United against Maidenhead United. Paul Mulhern.
Yeah, thanks, James. It's not been a classic year by any manner of means, but I think anybody of fair mind would say that the home side have been the better side in the first half, particularly the first 25 minutes when most of the chances created fell in that period. After just 12 minutes, Louis Dennis did what he does best. He got through on goal, but a brilliant last minute tackle by Emmanuel Onorisi in defence, blocked his shot, put it out for a corner. 19 minutes gone, Dylan Morgan goes on the outside down the left hand side, gets on the edge of the box, skins a defender, puts the ball across. First shot by Dennis was blocked, it deflected to Young. His second shot was blocked and Maidenhead survived that. One worry for Torquay after 23 minutes. Temporary right back Mark Worthington picked up a yellow card. I think Paul Wotton's got a decision to make about that. Dan Hayfield had a shot saved after 26 minutes, and after 33, Raguet from the left wing back position for Maidenhead had by far their best chance. Space in the box, fires wide past the far post though. However, 41 minutes gone, Torquay United worked the ball into the box, and the man who had been saying maybe not in his best position is number 10, Sonny Blue Low Everett, with a moment of magic. They found the ball 8 yards from goal. Little dragged back, skinned the defender, put the defender on his backside, pushed the ball forward and then shot beautifully low into the far corner to give the goalkeeper absolutely no chance. Maidenhead are a team that don't concede or score many, James, but this one's still in the balance at the moment. A second goal for Torquay would be ideal in the second half, but half time at Plainmoor is Torquay United 1, Maidenhead 0.
Thank you very much, Paul Mulhern at Plainmoor for BBC Radio Devon Sport. So you're fully up to date with what's been going on so far this afternoon. A win for the Exeter Chiefs in the rugby. Plymouth Argyle 3-0 up away against Blackpool. Exeter City 0-0 against Northampton, but playing some lovely football at SJP. And that's the situation from Plainmoor with Paul Mulhern. Torquay against Maidenhead United. Also this afternoon in our non-league football, keeping you up to date with what's happening for Ivybridge Town on their travels at Polton Rovers this afternoon. Let's get a half-time update on that one from Peter Smith.
Half-time in this Les Phillips Cup quarter-final. It's Polton Rovers 1, Ivybridge Town. Bright start by Ivies. Josh Johnson's shots turned away for a corner after 6 minutes. And then Johnson's run and trickery set up Jake Smelt to fire past Fulton's keeper at the near post to put Ivybridge 1 up on 13. That lead lasted just 3 minutes. Ivies asleep as the home side marauded down the right. The cross came in and found Wayne Lenderalme between the defender and keeper in front of goal to turn it in for Polton's equaliser. Ivies pressed and Pope's 20-yarder was deflected over the bar. Five Burrell's follow-up from the resulting corner was over the stand. But Polton have been wasteful in front of goal and really should be ahead. Ivybridge dodged a bullet themselves just before the half-time whistle when a man pulled down a striker right on the edge of the penalty area. Despite claims for a penalty, the resultant free kick was blocked and turned away. Could go either way, this one. Polton Rovers 1, Ivybridge Town 1.
Thank you very much, Peter. Right, let's tell you about what's going on in the FA Cup. Burton Albion, what a show they put on this afternoon against West Ham United at the Pirelli. It finished Burton 0, West Ham 1. That one, though, going all the way to extra time. Burnley 1, Mansfield 0, half-time. Manchester City 1, Salford City 0 at the break. Norwich 1, West Bromwich Albion 0 at Carrow Road, and Southampton lead Leicester City by a goal to 0 at St Mary's. In the Championship, just a handful of games today. Derby County 0, Swansea 0. Portsmouth against Sheffield United is also goalless. Preston 1, Watford 0. Queen's Park Rangers 1, Blackburn 2. And at Hillsborough, it's Sheffield Wednesday 0, Millwall 0. League One half-time scores. Barnsley 2, AFC Wimbledon 2. Barnsley were 2-0 up in that game at Oakwell. Blackpool 0, Plymouth Argyle 3. Get on. Bradford City 1, Peterborough United 0. Cardiff 3, Luton 1, Exeter 0, Northampton 0, and Lincoln City 1, Bolton Wanderers 0. League 2, half-time scorelines for you. In fact, I'll tell you about the games that have got goals in. That might be a bit easier. Bromley 1, Notts County 0, Cambridge 1, Bristol Rovers 1, Chesterfield 1, Harrogate 0, Milton Keynes Dons 1, Newport County 0, Oldham 0, Fleetwood 1, Shrewsbury 1, Swindon 1, and Tranmere 2, Crawley 0. National League South, with the time just ticking over 4 o'clock this afternoon. It is Chippenham 0, Maidstone 0, Dagenham and Redbridge 1, Bath City 0, Dorking 2, Farnborough 3, Ebbsfleet 3, AFC Tottenham 0, Hampton and Richmond 0, Chelmsford City 1, Hemel Hempstead Town 0, Worthing 0, Hornchurch 2, Tonbridge Angels 1, Salisbury 1, Chesham 1, Slough against Horsham goalless. Torquay 1-0 up at home against Maidenhead United, and Weston-super-Mare 2, Eastbourne Borough 1. BBC Radio Devon, my old mate John Akers back with you, Monday from 6.
John Akers at breakfast.
BBC Radio Devon.
We're here to start your day with a laugh. That means I've woken you up.
No, I've got a 7-year-old, so I've been up since 5. We're a bit excited in this house.
It's everything you need to start your day. So my dad's at LSE with Mick Jagger, and Mick Jagger says to my dad, "I'm not coming back next year. I'm just going to give it a go with the band." My dad's like that, "Mick, don't throw your life away, Mick. What if it comes to nothing?" And the list maker's back after 9. What are we doing?
We're doing list makers.
Yes, sorry, I was miles away.
then.
John Akers at breakfast.
Weekdays from 6.
BBC Radio Devon.
Just after 4 o'clock, BBC Radio Devon. A reminder, of course, no matter what the scores locally today, we will have all of the reaction for you after 5 o'clock tonight on BBC Radio Devon. One match already played today, which is Exeter Chiefs, who have beaten Gloucester 48-14 at Sandy Park in the Rugby Prem Cup. Our football game's just about to get back underway, so if you're listening on BBC Sounds and the BBC Sport website this afternoon, we can take you back to Plainmoor for Torquay United against Maidenhead United in the company of Sam Swan and Paul Mulhern.
Thank you so much, James. Welcome back, everybody, to Plainmoor. But I'm telling you now, we've got a few minutes before this one restarts. We have, quite frankly, as many people on the pitch as we have when the game's going. There's substitutes for both sides. There's people out with pitchforks. None of them been waved at me and Sam so far, so I don't think we're doing too bad at the moment, Sam. But it's just making sure the pitch is okay. Just while I've got the chance, I'll quickly run through both sides for you. I'll obviously cover any changes, if indeed there is any. Torquay started with James Hammond in goal, a back four right to left of Worthington, Palmer, Dreher and Fulston. Midfield deeper two of Hayfield and Sandiri. Jordan Young right wing, Low Everton the goal scorer and at number 10. Dylan Morgan on the left and Louis Dennis up front as Maidenhead come back out. They started with Van Stappershoff in goal, Honoresi, Mantle and Clarima left to right as our back three. Reguet left wing back, Mitchell Lawson right wing back, Robinson and Yearwood two other more deeper central midfielders, Papula in the number 10 position and Umera and Dawson up front. I can't see any changes, Sam, as Maidenhead come on, but again we'd need to fight our way through all the other people on the pitch to work that out. But I usually say before we go to trail, Sam didn't have a chance today with your Paul Watton head on. What does Paul Watton need to do? Just more of the same, guys? Is that pretty much his message?
Yeah, more of the same. Understand we need to move it left to right a little bit more, get Fulston in the game more. But be a bit more brave in like sort of the wing back positions, but just keep going in the same way, just be a little bit fast in the final third as well. I looked at a replay of a goal actually, shout out to my dad who caught a video of it, and it was such a good strike. You know, I thought it might take a bit of deflection, it was a bit unclear, but he's hit it hard and low and the keeper just hasn't adjusted himself that hard bit. Do I go with my foot, do I go with my hand? He just hadn't got that quick enough, and yeah, it obviously went in. Very smart finish by Low Everton.
It was one of those strikes, Sam, from our angles. The position, I think you've described that really well, and it sometimes it makes a keeper look a little bit foolish, but it's sort of like close enough, not that he can stick his foot out, not far enough out that he can get his hand down to. It's in that little kind of, blind spot, for want of a better word, for a goalkeeper. And as I said, well, myself in particular, were questioning whether Sonny Blue is indeed the best option for a 10. I suppose that debate could still be had, but the one thing I do know is that Paul Watton's saying, certainly to me anyway, that's why I'm in the dugout, Paul, and you're sitting up there talking nonsense basically. But
one thing I did notice, Paul, sorry, before we kick off, is that at half time the managerial team of Maidenhead, Ryan Peters and his assistants and coaches were really in deep in conversation within their own dugout still. The half-time whistle had gone 2 or 3 minutes before I'd managed to fend my way down to the sort of the queues, and he was still deep in conversation, which is kind of interesting he'd done that before he'd gone into the dressing room. But there's your observation.
Well, no changes for either side. We are about to get underway. Torquay, yellow shorts, black shorts, yellow socks, and Maidenhead, come to them in a minute, as they will be hitting into the mini stand, as I've been informed it's called, the home end. Dan Hayfield clears it up. My opinion, Sam, I kind of agree with you. I think Dan Hayfield had a really pretty good, a decent first half there, well, better than decent actually. Maidenhead playing in a black and white sort of half and half striped shirt, black shorts, reddish pink, I don't know what colour that is. It's socks, sort of dark pink or light red, Sam, you can decide, but we are back underway here, and it'll be Maidenhead trying to build down the right hand side. Clarima has it over there, he goes long, Sam Dreher again. It's been a fairly composed performance by the big chap there, obviously the captain of Torquay United now as well. Matt Worthington is back out just to confirm in that right back position, and it's going to be Reguet trying to build down the left hand side here for the visitors into that barren area of the pitch, so to speak. Dan Hayfield slows him down, goes back, forces him to find Robinson. He comes inside. looks for Hulson, but Sam Dreyer steps in, but his clearance gives Louis Dennis absolutely no chance. Jordan Young sticks a toe in, Dan Hayfield gets it, does well enough to keep possession. Hayfield, then that's a nice little turn to skin Hulson. Can he go by another one? Yes, he can. Good play by Dan Hayfield. Worthington on the right hand side, Jordan Young and Surrey Blue level in the box. Dennis getting there. Worthington did take as long as he possibly could, but his cross was well blocked there by Honor Arisi.
That's all come from Hayfield again. You know, Hayfield of the pass, and so many players who have just gone, well, I've got the ball and face my own defence, pass back to keeper. You know, he wasn't under the most pressure, but he turned around and started running, beat another player, then played a lovely ball through at the perfect time for Worthington, who was overlapping.
Well, interestingly again, Sam, Jordan Young not on any set pieces today. And it's a low Everton corner. It's a looped one, but I think the keeper's going to get that way too easily.
Pretty terrible.
That was a poor corner kick there.
None of them have been that good so far. The rest have been brilliant, but none of them have been that good.
If we spend the next half an hour slagging them off, Sam, he'll probably pop up with another goal. It's a tactic we need to consider, I think. But it's
more about the long game.
Yeah, here comes Papula. They're trying to get down the left hand side, and indeed it's Jordan Young back there defending. He's got options, and one of them is Ed Palmer on the edge of the box. Palmer does well, finds Louis Dennis, but again, all back to goal. Louis Dennis does well enough, and he has given the free kick. The referee realised that Dennis was going towards his own goal. Little pull on him. Sundiri now finds Jordan Young on the right hand side. Mark Worthington further in front of him. Young comes inside, creates a little bit of space, now finds Louis Dennis in space. Is he going to try a shot? Dennis comes to the left edge, he tries it with the left foot, but it's straight into the arms of the goalkeeper.
We've played Morgan in there. I'm all for having to go from range. I'm all for having to go from range, and if it was a bit more in the corner, it could have caused the keeper issues, but from that range, Morgan had acres of space, but still it just shows that's a good sign. When we have that, it shows the players are really making those runs off the ball, which is good.
So again, Regret trying to come down the side there, referee just not having his dive there again.
Young's really winning that. This is a thing when the wingers are winning the battle defensively against the wing back. That's when Torquay are in a really good position on that side. Young's been excellently defensively today. That's and to be honest, Worthington needs it, especially on that yellow. That could be a bit dangerous, but as of yet, the one chance from Torquay have been for Maidenhead, so I've been on Torquay's right hand side, but. Yeah, we need to be a bit careful there. But still, let's see how Maidenhead will, if they start pushing them forward, Torquay can really sort of get in behind them. But it'd be interesting. I think the first 10-15 minutes, I'm really curious to see how Maidenhead are going to come out here. And again, that's such a loose ball by their centre-backs.
There is Jordan Young, but he has closed down there just about we're getting out. Here comes Jumero over a halfway line. Sundiri goes back. I was going to say to slow him down. It wasn't exactly slowing down a speeding train. Worthington goes back. Palmer's there. Sundiri goes in. That's a bit of a silly challenge.
It was a bit silly because, to be honest, we had 2 or 3 players. Jumero wasn't particularly running at speed, if that makes sense. He was more holding the ball up on the Stefan's side looking for a teammate and just sort of lunging in. He's given a free kick in a dangerous position. This is where Maidenhead, from their point of view, really needs
this is kind of played into their strength, isn't it? So it's about 3 yards, 12 yards from goal, 3 yards from the left hand side. Jordan Young's the one man wall / pebble. It's going to be Papula to put it in with the right foot. Maidenhead got 1, 2, 3, 4 in the box. Here it comes, up goes the head. Maidenhead it wins it and tipped over the bar by James Hammond. I think that was
I thought he must have tipped on the bar. Yeah, honestly, that's a free header. Awful marking by Torquay, and Maidenhead really feel there's a chance. It's whipped in, he's somehow managed to get a looping header onto it, and between James Hammond and the crossbar, it's gone out for a corner. But let's off for Torquay. Just shows you can't give away positions like that, and we need to be a bit tighter. All the crosses we've had from set pieces, and by far the most dangerous one has been Maidenhead so far.
Yeah, absolutely. Strong enough hand by Hammond to put it over for a corner, but you summed that up pretty well there, Sam. Clarima getting in front of his man there too easily, in my opinion. Here comes Papula from the right hand side with the right foot. Up it goes. Dreyer tries to head it away, gets a little bit on it, comes to Hulson at the back post. He's up against Blow Everton, dinks the ball back in. Another free header there, but not in a huge amount of danger. Robinson trying to get it on target there, but it would have taken a real special header from that distance to get that one in. But a little warning for Torquay, and Sundiri's done alright today, to be fair, Sam. But it was a real stupid free kick to give away, if I'm brutally honest, as Hammond forced to go long, looks for Jordan Young. Jordan Young does well to get in behind. On here, he's coming up the right edge of the box, going to come back to the left foot. He finds Low Everton, he dinks it in, headed away by Mantle. Low Everton and Young do well to get it back to Jordan Young. Dan Hayfield up there supporting, now back into Low Everton again. Now Morgan and Young exchange passes. Now Louis Dennis now into Dylan Morgan. Should be brilliant save by the goalkeeper. It breaks to Fulston. He is onside. I thought the referee blew his whistle there for a minute. Back to Dylan Morgan on the left edge of the box. He tries a low shot straight into the arms of the keeper. Beautiful play from Torquay though there, Sam. Beautiful football. Low Everton at the heart of it again. Lovely first touch passing, one touch passing. Morgan hit it first time, hit it well enough. Really should put him on a corner now as Maidenhead come forward. Come rampaging forwards. Hulson comes to the edge of the box. Ed Palmer goes back. That is going to be a free kick to Maidenhead. Almost on the edge of the D. That's so poor by slightly Torquay. Left of centre. From one side it should have been 2-0 really. Morgan just couldn't quite get in the corners. Palmer's been booked for that quite rightly. Has he? And you know the keeper stood up strong. But it's just their number 17 Dawson. It's just, but he's managed just to run through half the Torquay team, and Palmer's ended up just sort of getting tangled, and it's now a free kick right in the D. This is danger personified, Sam. It looks like he's actually taken it just outside the D. He's given him a, to be honest with you, if I was Torquay, I'd insist on that going forward. That was clearly in the D, but it's Papula over it. I can also see Matt Robinson, the captain, over it. Josh Rumera also over it. James Hammond lining up his wall. His wall is basically level with the penalty spot. For the listeners, this is on the edge of the D, but probably midway between the middle and the left of the D as we look at it. It should be a right footer. James Hammond, from our angle, looks like he's offering that side up. It's probably a deceiving angle, but it looks like it's going to be Umera to take it. Let's see what he can do. Here comes a right-footed free kick. It's up over the wall, and James Hammond can't keep it out. And Josh Umera has equalised with a free kick. It didn't even go into the corner. 54 minutes gone here at Plainmoor. Umera strikes for Maidenhead. Torquay 1, Maidenhead 1. What a pathetic wall from a Torquay point of view. I'm sorry, that's awful. Once again we can see from a free kick, and we had a warning sign earlier. Maidenhead have come out the better team so far. Torquay won, and Morgan really could have done better to make it 2-0. I just don't understand, can we bring it back, how Maidenhead were allowed to run through basically our whole team. It's so poor. Before clumsy challenge by Palmer, free kick. Has it gone over the wall? Because if it did, it's not a very good wall, put it that way. And then not in a corner, but Hammond can't keep it out, and it's 1-1, and Torquay are back to it again. I guarantee you, Sam, there's going to be moans about James Hammond's attempts to save that there from our angle. Now, to be fair, our angle probably made it look more central than it was, but that didn't even seem to go anywhere near the corner. It wasn't even a strongly hit free kick either, but again, as you said, with the wall as well. But on a bright note, Torquay have got plenty of time to readdress this. Jordan Young on the right hand side. He comes back and finds Worthington, a real deathly silence going over Plainmoor with that one there. Worthington strokes it back to Palmer. I'm not even convinced that was a free kick, to be honest, Sam, but probably I'm a little bit biased there as Jordan Young ends up beating himself out there, not having his best day. Jordan Young on a race. Shepherds the ball into a corner, tries to clear it. He finds Robinson, he completes the clearance. Ed Palmer wins a header. Louis Dennis picks it up. Now Sonny Blue Low Everton, there's a good ball in. Dylan Morgan, now Dan Hayfield, but he can't get it out his feet. Hayfield comes back to Low Everton. That's better. Fulston, left edge of the box. Can he get the ball across? Tries to find Low Everton. Did that come off a hand? The referee says absolutely no chance. And Maidenhead just about clear it. Sundiri tries to play Hulson. Torquay just about win it back, and surely Torquay are going to get another. Not the referee lets it go, so Derry gets in with a late lunge there. But it's just played advantage. Absolutely, it's going to be Papula now. 4 against 3 for Maidenhead here if they get this right. Reget on the left hand edge of the box coming up against Matt Worthington. Worthington standing off him, little step over. Can he get the ball across? He can't. Dreer just about clears it away there, and Jordan Young has the ball, plays it back to Worthington, and Torquay just need to settle down a little bit here. Worthington up to Louis Dennis, but Onirese comes out and easily does that, and the referee is going to show Sundiri a yellow card. It's an awful tackle. It was, to be fair, actually. It's Torquay just need to get a bit of a grip, to be honest with you. Like how that's allowed to get, Worthington and Palmer have allowed that ball into the box, which Dreher's had to rescue there. It's just
frustrating from Torquay. This is a really crucial 10 minutes in Torquay's season here, to be honest with you. And so there will be a sub-4 Maidenhead. But I just feel that this is, the difference now. If Torquay want to go and be title contenders, title winners, more to the point, these are the phases of the game that we've got to come through. Just don't concede again for the next couple of minutes and then start playing that game. But once again, it seems to be slow a lot of the time for Torquay, and like the first 15 minutes of the second half, we could have pressed on. Maidenhead haven't exactly really raised the bar loads. They've just started asking a couple of questions, and it's been easy, more from set pieces. And I've seen another replay of the goal. It just shouldn't go in my opinion, from many sort of perspectives. It's just weak for Torquay. I don't believe I don't understand how the wall was lined up very well either. It's kind of like neither here or there for me. And I just. Yeah, he's kind of just tried to block off Umera hitting it on his side, and then as soon as it's gone over the wall, it has probably just blocked his view. I just don't think it's fantastic.
It was anything but fantastic. I've seen it again there, Sam, as Hammond comes out and gets the ball.
Slow feet, I'd say. If I have to be really brutal, I'm sorry to say it. I understand the difficulty there, and I'll really put it down to the wall more than anything. Yep. But it's just when something happens a lot of times, then you've got to look at it and go, right, how can we change this a little bit? And it's not ideal.
Well, at the moment, Sam, if I'm sitting down there in the Paul Watton seat, I'm taking off both Sundari and Worthington,
100%.
And I'm putting Thomas on, Low Everton back, Cook up front, Dennis in at number 10.
100%.
It's but again, listen, there's a good reason why I sit up here. Certainly not from a tactical insight. It's a throw in, I beg your pardon, which Palmer takes. It's a long one. Dennis shoves his man but gets away with it. It could break to Hayfield, just about tries to get it down, but good spot there. And here come Maidenhead rampaging forward again. Hulson's coming up with the right edge of the box. He comes back in, he skins Dreer, trying to go the other way, but Dreer does well.
Very good recovery.
And Sundari gets a clearance away there, but Maidenhead
just lost that shape. Torquay have lost their shape. Maidenhead are doing a really good job, but Torquay have completely lost their shape. This feels very last ditch, if I'm honest with you, from like the Torquay defence. That kind of midfield protection has completely disappeared.
Dan Hayfield again does well to come out of defence. Dennis plays it up the line looking for the run of Sonny Blue, Everton, Morgan and Young in the box. Worthington coming up. Here's Dylan Morgan. He can't get it into him. Sonny Blue, Low Everton, if he had a left foot there, would have got a better cross in, but now here comes Papula up against Sundari, skins him, does well. Umera's down the left hand side. Papula really starting to influence this game as Plymouth Argyle make it 4-0 away at Blackpool. Excellent result for them so far. Here comes Yearwood on the right hand side. Mitchell Lawson gets across in, Palmer gets a header away. Dylan Morgan needs to be careful he's not. Header won by Maidenhead, and then Sundari is fouled by Hulson, I beg your pardon. We have played just under the hour here at Plainmore. Thank you for joining us here.
Is warming up. Jay is warming up for Torquay. No, Thomas though warming up, I don't believe. Oh no, he's already down there.
Thank you for joining us here on BBC Radio Devon Sport. I'm Paul Mulhern, today joined by Sam Swan. It's currently Torquay United 1, Maidenhead United 1. Torquay had the better of the first half, but in the second half, yet again, Torquay have conceded direct from a free kick. Seems to be becoming a regular occurrence, if I'm perfectly honest, but still plenty of time in this one for either side to get the winner.
What is that?
Again, United
Torquay have just completely lost their way. I mean, Hammond's usually very good with his distribution there. Just completely hit it in an area he thinks Young should be. And we're just making it so easy for Maidenhead. This is where we need to just get our game together and show our character. We've got the talent. We need to show our character that we've got enough. Just the same like in the midweek. This is where Torquay have really got to show it. It's not just about being the most talented team. It's about being the most psychologically strong team, and Torquay really need to show that. That's my challenge for these players right now.
I think I also neglected to fully tell the substitute for Maidenhead, Oni Racy, surprisingly perhaps went off. Maybe it's an injury, and Welsh Hayes came on a direct replacement, and now we're about to see Nash Sundari coming off and Kieran Wilson coming on.
Well, I guess that would be Lowerton. Lowerton's dropped back. Wilson would be in off Dennis by the looks of it. I'm happy with that.
It's the very, very early signs suggest that Kieran Wilson is going up front here.
Wilson and Dennison's the number 10.
Seriously, well, I wonder what Cody Cook's thinking of that.
That is an interesting one, isn't it?
Well, it looks like Dennis in the 10, Morgan on the left,
He did
Young
sign
on the
as
right.
a striker though, didn't he? I know he's been playing on the wing more, but he did sign as a striker, but I'm totally with you.
I'd put Cody Cook in front of him every day of the week and twice on Sundays, though, to be fair.
Let's hope we're proved wrong.
No, absolutely. That's a reflection on Cody Cook more than it is on Kieran Wilson, to be fair. It's a
big chance of Wilson.
Absolutely. The Sonny Blue Low Everton now in that deeper role gets his first tackle in, but everything at the moment breaking for the visitors as Papula again does well. Torquay really need to get hold of him. He's having a good game, this one. Dinks it forward, and as soon as I say that, he loses it. Sam Dreyer goes in. That's a real strong tackle, but a fair one. Welsh Hayes just strokes the ball back to the goalkeeper. Wilson goes to close him down, forces the goalkeeper into a hurried clearance, which goes out for a throw in just on the halfway line, which Matt Worthington takes back to Ed Palmer. And Torquay United are probably sounding like they're totally out of the game. That's not the case, but just need to settle down a little bit and get back to playing some of their good football. As again, here comes Robinson forward. He's got Reguet on the left hand side. He plays it with good block there by Worthington. Yeah, his positioning was good there, to be fair.
Torquay really just need to put their game to Maidenhead now. You know, Maidenhead, they're a well-structured team, but we just make it way too easy as the ball's played into. He's just holding him.
Wow.
It's a bit of both. I suppose the rest are going to be a bit of both.
Now Dennis has got it. He's got Morgan support. He doesn't see him. Dennis, he goes to the right rather than the left. Right edge of the box. Dinks it on for Jordan Young. He's onside. Young plays it across. Kieran Wilson gets in there. He can't keep it on. Though, truthfully, I think Dennis has got to go left. Let me just run through some scores. Chippenham 0, Maidstone 0, Dorking 2, Farnborough 3, Ebbsfleet 4, Taunton 0, Dagenham 1, Bath 0, Hampton 0, Chelmsford 2, Hemel 1, Worthing 0, Hornchurch 2, Tonbridge 1, Salisbury and Chesham 1 each here, Slough 0, Horsham 0, Weston 3, Weston 3, Eastbourne 1. So as it stands table, Torquay are currently a point clear, with Dorking obviously losing at the moment. If Torquay, obviously we go 3 clear, I don't need to do basic arithmetic, I wouldn't have thought. If Torquay can find a winner as a header up looks for Kieran Wilson, goes to pressure his man, but Maidstone do well enough. Torquay pressing a little bit, claiming a handball. Here comes Robinson, he finds Papula, going to make the run through to a offside.
Way offside.
Dawson, I tell you what though, he had a real chance there to play that one quickly. And Torquay asking if the referee's going to book Dawson there. He went through, he took the shot, but the referee...
That was like Van Persie against Barcelona. It was like if he got booked there, because that was literally like a second between the referees. Late whistle and him shooting. Lovely check on by Young there.
Yeah, Wilson can't get onto it. Young does close down the attempted clearance. Torquay do keep it in. Worthington wins at home side a throw if he can take it quickly, but
Torquay, they're starting to build the momentum a little bit, very slowly again now.
Here's Jordan Young.
Throw.
He's given a foul throw.
Oh my. He did it in the first half and he got away with it, Worthington. He did do a foul throw in the first half and he got away with it. That is... no.
As we said, Josh Shumera, the ex-Gull, who's equalised his 9th goal of the season for the visitors, who are slowing it down a little bit. Not really sure why. They've got a chance here to pick up all 3 points. They're the ones currently outside the playoffs. Certainly be looking to get back in them at least. Well, I think that's the best they can do this season. Welsh Hayes plays a long ball forward. The Torquay fans beginning to get behind the team's cries of yellow army coming up, but it's been a fairly subdued atmosphere. Good tackle by Dan Hayfield. Dylan Morgan can't get on the end of it, and here comes Robinson again, dinks it forward. Everton can't get onto it. Papula picks it up, but he's got a lot to do here. Papula is forced onto back inside, and he does eventually get it inside to the ever busy Mitchell Lawson. Now it's in the box. Here's a chance. Good save by James Hammond.
Torquay players fancy waking up a bit there. Literally, False and everyone just stood thinking it's going to be offside. Clearly onside. They've got it in, and the shot was well saved by Hammond. But it's just, you know, I don't. So we've really got to just dig in deep here. You know, there's no, just because we've got all the talent. You know, we've got. I mean, we're meant to win these games. These games aren't going to be on the plate. I understand you're playing with the pressure. We've got to win the title this season. We've got to get promoted. But we're really just not making it easy for ourselves.
It's going to be a corner from the right hand side's a left foot this time. A Papula up goes the hedge. Dreyer yet again wins it. Jordan Young trying to win the rebound, the knockdown, but he can't. And then Papula comes from an offside position and then stops Torquay taking a quick free kick. As
Jay's coming on.
Matt Jay will come on. Well, I mean, in my opinion, who's going to come off for this one then?
Morgan.
It is Dylan Morgan. So that's going to be, I'm guessing, Dennis back up front.
No, I'd say Jay's going left wing.
Do you reckon he will?
Jay will go left wing, and it also gives an option for Cody Cook to come on later for Dennis, I guess, and then Wilson to the 10 or James to the 10.
Yeah, it looks like you're right, actually. No, you're not, Sam. He's telling Louis Dennis to go to your left.
Yeah, Dennis has gone left, Jay's gone to the 10.
Okay. Well, let's see how Louis... listen, Louis Dennis is a player miles above this level, but I'm sure that's his best position, is a long ball. Wilson can't win a knockdown. Dan Hayfield again getting in there, disrupting the midfield to Torquay's advantage. Mantle gets a poorish header away. Jay now finds Dennis 20 yards from goal, comes back inside to Dan Hayfield. Is he going to find space for a shot? He doesn't. He finds Worthington. He'll try a shot. It's deflected on straight into the arms of the goalkeeper. 67 minutes just gone here at Plainmoor. Torquay United 1, Maidenhead United 1. Maidenhead certainly had or have been better in this.
That's got to be it. Yeah, well done, referee.
Oh, he's give it to them.
He's give it to them. There's no.
He's giving it to
well done, referee. That is fantastic refereeing. Well, my pet peeve.
I'll tell you what,
football,
as well, that's a yellow card for you, Mera.
It should be. In the last 2 or 3 games, 3 years of football, an attacker or anyone else can just fall over under no contact, put it under the ball, and win a free kick. And he's literally just given away a free kick doing that. He's been doing that all game as well. I'm happy that a referee's actually seen above that.
Yeah, wised up to it. Here the ball comes into the edge of the box, but nowhere near a Torquay player. It will come to Hayfield though. Comes back inside. Hayfield takes a sensible option, finds Fulston. He then finds Dennis back to Fulston. He dinks it in, but not enough height or on it. And Fulston will get his team a throw in, which he's going to take quickly to Sonny Blue, Low Everton. Low Everton's got Hayfield just inside, but he's forced back. Long diagonal by Hammond, looks for a header. Palmer who wins it. Is that going to break a Torquay way? Wilson gets it. Hayfield's got it now. Fulson. Torquay have got plenty up in this move. Ball comes into box, up goes a header. Dreyer, can it break a Torquay way? Jay obviously out jumped. Dreyer's got it edge of the box again. Back to Jay Fulston. Everybody almost in the Maidenhead box there, but it's back on the halfway line. Everton a long diagonal one looking for Palmer. Palmer gets up on it. Dreyer gets up on it. Can it break Torquay United's way? Surely no, it's not. Dreyer gets a shot in.
Just route one that. The centre backs, Dreyer and Palmer, battling fantastically well in the opposition penalty area. Dreyer just couldn't quite get the instinctive finish, and it was well saved by the keeper, but it's gone to that. A nice bit of battle by Torquay as Maidenhead's keeper just completely goes, alright Torquay, have the ball back, which would really frustrate the Maidenhead fans and the coaches watching that.
Fulston plays it, finds Matt Jay in that number 10 role, finds Louis Dennis right on the touchline. Beautiful by Louis Dennis, back to Matt Jay, coming up the left edge of the box, thinks and looking for Kieran Wilson. He can't get enough on it though, but Louis Dennis, he's showing that he's a borderline genius at this level. But here come the visitors as Dawson comes forward, steps in by Blue Low Everton. Palmer comes out to drag him. That's a little good ball into Mitchell Lawson, and he's going to drag it back, but unfortunately Dawson didn't complete the run yet. And now
big waste by Maidenhead that there. 17 again.
Here
Dawson
comes Matt Jay, dinks it up looking for the runner Jordan Young. Brilliant ball by Matt Jay. Jordan Young right edge of the box, gets it in looking for Wilson, but Wilson ran too far forward.
Both teams have done the same thing there, haven't they, Paul? They've both got in good positions, done just a cut back, and no one was there.
And again, Welsh Hayes gets it across to Clarima. He plays it out to the right hand side. Mitchell Lawson thinks it back, but again Maidenhead, well,
waste. Maidenhead again a little bit potentially tired.
I don't know if they're tired or they're just protecting a point here, Sam.
This is the thing.
What are they doing?
Torquay are vulnerable. Maidenhead have played, 1-1 when it was 1-0. Torquay looked vulnerable when Maidenhead were going for it, and they've just gifted Torquay possession a couple of times now. But Torquay starting to play more behind them, and that's poor by Worthington now there.
I think to be fair, the ball to him made him stretch a little bit. Goal scorer Umera heading towards his own box here, comes back to the goalkeeper Wilson, playing in that centre forward role will go to close him down. Ed Palmer nods it back up. I wonder if Paul Watton will consider putting Cody Cook up with Wilson at some point as Palmer gets it across to Filston, back to into Hayfield. Beautiful from Hayfield. Dennis coming up left edge of the box, a little step over, he just about keeps possession. He does really well. Louis Dennis tries to dink it through there, and he does really well again, this time with a tackle. Now it's back to Dennis. Can he work his way? And he does it. Surely a penalty to Torquay.
No diving.
Oh, he's booked him for diving. Oh, Sam, surely that was a... Do you think that was a dive there?
He was certainly looking for it, but he's done. There's contact there, 100%.
I'll be honest, Sam, that is as clear a penalty kick as I've seen for a long time. The pop side will have a better view of it. I'm convinced that I do not think Dennis is that kind of player, to be honest. But why would he dive? He's clean through and goal, 8-10 yards from goal. Well, listen to what the fans think.
He's booked Dreyer now. What a disgrace.
He's booked Dreyer as well. So the captains that are allowed to go and speak to him.
No, captain's not allowed to say anything. Now he's talking to his thing. That is a disgrace. Dennis has done the most incredible.
It's Paul Watton. He's going to book, mate. He's going to book Paul Watton.
Oh, you are silly. You are silly. That ref. Every time I praise the ref up here, he does something like this. Up against Maidstone as well. What a joke. Well, hopefully that just gives Torquay an extra 10%.
Well, Sam, listen, I've never seen Louis Dennis diving before. He's skinned his man, he's clean through goal.
Skill again. He's
absolutely, he's 12 yards from goal.
Why would he want a penalty there? He's taken it past the defender already. He's through on goal. Why would he want a penalty when he's going to score the most perfect individual goal of his career? Well, since the last one.
Absolutely, yeah. Here comes Dawson, he gets a lucky break of the ball. Is he going to try a shot? He does, it's wide. Well, Sam will try and see if there's any social media reaction to that, particularly people on the pop side. To me, as the keeper goes down claiming he's got cramp, to me that is as clear a penalty as you get. Now, to be fair, we are at a far away angle from it. I think at first you kind of suspected that perhaps it wasn't a huge amount of contact. For me, I genuinely thought that was clear as day. But
it's a clear penalty.
But we're 60-70 yards away from it, mate. But here comes Matt Jay trying to get United forward. Sonny Blue, Low Everton. Matt Jay picks it up. Jay tries to play it through, bounces off Low Everton again. But again, Maidenhead just get that little break of the ball needed. Ed Palmer does well, and he's given a handball against Ed Palmer. Paul Watton is literally, and I mean literally, jumping up and down in frustration there.
And this is when, what's the point? What is the point?
We've gave that referee a lot of praise so far today, Sam, deservedly so, but in my opinion...
Apparently the amount of the keeper's very injured now as well.
Yeah, he went down earlier on.
Well, it's definitely balled up. These are days where Trey's just got to be careful here. That's a joke. What would people want to say now as the players are gathering? And the way the ref went over, I just knew he was going to book him for diving, because it was like, this is me in my moment.
You spotted that early, so
I just knew it.
Well, Louis Dennis now talking to the referee, he's shown him where the contact was made. I think the camera will show that from a good angle. It's videoed from across the stadium from us, Sam. The referee saying to him, he's given him a good lecture there as well, but I think, in my opinion, to be honest with you, if Louis Dennis has dived there, if I was Paul Watton and Mikey Edwards, I'd kick his backside when he gets into a changing room. There was no reason for a player, any player, never mind a player of the quality of Louis Dennis, to go down there.
He's about to score the most incredible individual goal he's scored since, probably early on in the season. Why would he dive? It's ridiculous. Refs manage this game so well, and it's completely bottled. It's obvious his linesman was saying something, because they're in full conversation. What a joke. I just genuinely believe it's down to this big thing of you're playing at Playmore, or the biggest attendance average in the ground. Don't get swayed by the refs. I'm not being conspiracy. I just think that's the thing. Don't get swayed, of course, by the big crowd. Ridiculous. Well, 1-1 though. Torquay just got to keep going. and keep playing how we were a couple minutes up to there, and don't let that sort of, get in our heads. Not everything will go for you in football, evidently. So Torquay really just need to show their character, get that extra 10% and make this victory from a Torquay point of view hopefully sweeter if they get it. But Maidenhead, they'll be loving it because they can just keep lapping it up really, and Torquay vulnerable at the back. There's no doubt about that.
We're in the final 15 minutes here at Plainmoor, a huge controversial moment to deny Torquay, which most people seem to think was a clear penalty. The fans certainly had their say. Of course, they're going to see it from Louis Dennis's point of view. I said I will apologise to the ref if I've got that one wrong, but I just was convinced that was a penalty kick, and not at least a yellow card for the defender as well. As it is, Maidenhead have got a throw in 15 yards from goal down the right hand side. They've got 1, 2, 3, they've got 6 up here, certainly. And that's a really silly play by them to give the throw in, or give the offside decision back to Torquay United.
That's the stuff that kind of ruins it for me, honestly. Yellow Army doing a great job getting behind their team, but I know I'm going to sound like sour grapes, a Torquay persuasion, but that's just a joke.
Yeah.
No one wants to see that in football, something like that. If that is anything like most of Plainmoor has seen it, and I've seen it, and we've seen it with our own eyes, I just don't understand. But we've been here before. We've had 2 of those sort of things in the playoff.
Nice by Wilson.
Lovely play by Wilson.
Keeps off. That's really strong tackle. Comes back to Palmer, and now over to Worthington on the halfway line down this right hand side. Jordan Young doesn't give him an option, so he comes inside to Low Everton, back to Mark Worthington. Worthington just over the halfway line looking for movement. Wilson makes a run, but to be fair to Maidenhead, they've got plenty back. Worthington now further up the park, turns back inside, does find Jordan Young. Jordan Young comes across to the excellent Dan Hayfield. Dan Hayfield looking for movement. Louis Dennis takes that movement on the left hand side, 30 yards from goal, but he comes back in on the right foot, dinks the ball in. Matt J does win the header. Hayfield will get it. That's dinked on. Here's a good chance for Jordan Young. Jordan Young with the right foot, but it's saved easily enough by the keeper. He tried to nutmeg him. Truthfully, the keeper did well enough, but Jordan Young again, if that's the left foot, Sam, it's a different outcome. I feel
Hayfield again, like the way he's read the bounce of the ball and the way he's chipped over, he's an absolute blinder. Young has to just hit it hard and low before the keeper, who's got one of the biggest frames of a keeper in this division. He's always going to make himself look big there. I know he's going to try and go through the legs, but it's a bouncing ball and you're not going to get the trajectory on that. You've just got to hit it early. It's chaps at Maidenhead now.
Yeah, they are down the left hand side. Dawson up there, edge of the box, comes inside. He tries a low shot, saved by Hammond, and almost poked in there. I think it was Mitchell Lawson with the final touch.
I mean, Hammond's made a great save. It's gone right into a danger area. It could have hit either just a stretch in Dreyer or the attacker of Maidenhead. Somehow it's gone out for a goal kick. Got to get him in the hands now.
Hammond got down. If he was at fault for a free kick, then he's made up for it a bit there, and Mitchell Lawson just couldn't keep it on target. Here comes Worthington up the right hand side. 11 minutes left. The long ball looking for the runner Matt J. He's done alright since he come on. The ball's a little bit overhit unfortunately though, and it's a goal kick to Maidenhead. No other substitutes that we can see. Well, Maidenhead, as I say that, are about to make one, or certainly put the paperwork in for one. Again, the hugely controversial moment after 72 minutes here. Louis Dennis, brilliant play on the edge of the box, goes past his last defender. He claims he's brought down. The referee sees it differently, books Louis Dennis for Maidenhead. We're about to see Dylan De Silva, I think that is. It is indeed. He'll be coming on. Be interesting to see where he plays. As here come Torquay rampaging forward. Louis Dennis now, can he find the ball through? No, he can't. Good defending by Maidenhead, and then Dennis doesn't commit a free kick. Ball played down the wing to an offside. Mitchell Lawson, I'm guessing that's who the substitute will be. It is Dylan De Silva indeed for Mitchell Lawson. Well,
I can see a very horrible script from a Torquay point of view about to happen.
Sam, yeah. O'Meara's already contributed to that particular script. And new signing Dylan De Silva on loan from Sutton will come on for the last just under 10 minutes plus any additional time. Mitchell Lawson probably feels that he should have prodded his team in front there, but Torquay United, well, I think it'll be a very, very aggrieved Torquay United if they don't come out of this one with at least a point, but probably all three after that incident with Dennis. But Dan Hayfield, in my opinion, head and shoulders man of the match for Torquay today. Back to Dreyer, over to Palmer, just inside the Maidenhead half. Louis Dennis comes deep. Now on the right hand side, Jordan Young dinks it back to Ed Palmer. Palmer now coming forward himself. Can he find the telling pass? And Matt Jay in a bit of space there, and Ed Palmer. Louis Dennis makes a run inside. Jordan Young makes a run inside. Worthington was already inside. He plays it out wide. Goal kick to Maidenhead. Poor stuff there from Torquay, to be fair. Sam, 3 players all going inside.
Yeah, it's just frustrating. But apart from that, if it had been a clear penalty, have Torquay actually done enough today overall? Have we done enough to win this game? I'm not too sure.
Dorking 2, Dorking 3, Farnborough 3. As soon as I picked that up, I shouldn't have bothered. Dorking 3, Farnborough 3. They now go back joint on points with Torquay United as Louis Dennis again dinks it forward. Can Jordan Young get in on the end of that? Headed away there just about by Riggett, but Jordan Young will let it go for a throw in 22 yards from goal. Looking to take it quickly, Matt Worthington makes a decoy run. Matt Jay picks up the throw back to Jordan Young. Can he supply a little bit of magic for the home side? Finds Matt Jay again. Good first touch by Jay. Gets it back to Young. Dinks it well, looking for Fulston's a little bit too strong though. Just under 8 minutes to go here at Plainmore on BBC Radio.
He needs
Devon
another
Sport.
injection of something for me, whether you just bring Thomas on for Worthington to protect that yellow, or obviously the main one is Cody Cook up front. But then who do you sacrifice, Dennis or Young there realistically?
Yeah. Well, currently the teams in second and third also on level terms. Dorking 3, Farnborough 3.
If it ends like this again, it's another golden opportunity.
Yeah, Worthing losing again. Hornchurch 2, Tonbridge 2. So who's the ones, or who's going to get the winner out of those? The top 3 all currently level at the moment, all currently at home as well, interestingly. I'm sure Dorking will sneak that somewhere. 7 minutes just left to go here on BBC Radio Devon Sport. Thank you so much for joining us, especially, well, everybody, but including the Maidenhead fans. If you have chosen to join us today, your team have been better in the second half, but a hugely controversial moment keeps the scores at Torquay United 1, Maidenhead 1. And it's now over to, I think they've actually changed shape actually, Sam. I'm not convinced that they've not, as here comes excuse me, Robinson in the midfield. Slip there again, and another dive actually. Matt Jay dinks it forward. Jordan Young probably not realising he was surrounded by not one but 2 players.
Yeah, his team are fuming at him there. His captain.
I think they've actually changed shape, have they?
Umerov is trying to dive and not holding up the ball well enough. But don't talk about diving to this.
Here comes the ball into box up, goes ahead of Ed Palmer, but he's easily beaten there by Clarima. I don't know if they've changed shape, but they've certainly swapped Clarima and Welsh Hayes a substitute. Clarima now a left centre back, Welsh Hayes a right centre back. As here comes Fulston, tries to come forward, dinks it to Hayfield, now back to Dreyer, over to Sonny Blue, low Everton. Umera comes to close down. Ed Palmer's got it, he's forced back to Hammond. The Torquay fans getting behind their team, they feel a sense of injustice as well, I think. We're in the final 6 minutes here at Plainmore. Dan Hayfield again, ever industrious in that midfield, finds Sonny Blue, low Everton, Matt Jay, Kieran Wilson, Jordan Young and Matt Worthington on the right hand side, all in front of him. Worthington finds Jordan Young. Good close control by Young, 30 yards from goal. He's got Dennis on the left edge of the box, who he finds. Dennis, can he try and get past his man? He's going one way then the other. He now plays it back to Dan Hayfield. It's a little bit of a poorly hit pass, but Hayfield gets it now back to Ed Palmer. Palmer 30 yards from goal, dinks it up looking for the head of a Torquay player, but it's Dan Hayfield gets in not once but twice, gets it in. He's got down there again, and now Matt Jay claiming for a penalty before it went out, but he's still got, he's kept it in. Here comes Ed Palmer, can he get it in? It's a long one, it's near post. Torquay again.
Hayfield has been clearly fouled. I don't know if it's in or outside the box.
That was in the box, Sam. That was in the box.
Hayfield has been man of the match by a mile. Just, Sonny Blue Everton's been great as well, but ridiculous that.
Well, Dan Hayfield claiming for a penalty there. I think that was inside, Sam. The surprising one was Matt Jay chased the ball and then stopped and almost let it went out to turn round and claim for a penalty. But here comes the corner. It's going to be Sonny Blue Low Everton's right foot. It's probably too close to a keeper. It strolls over the bar. Terrible corner from Sonny Blue Low Everton. He's right foot as well. He's somehow...
I don't know how he's done that.
Here's the attendance. 3,171 with 70 away fans. Let's see if we can hear man of the match.
No. Yeah, for me it'll be Hayfield.
4 minutes just under left here, plus any additional time. Hayfield just about wins a header. Fulston will let that go out. It's a throw into Torquay United, 10 yards inside their own half, which will be taken by Jay Fulston. Dan Hayfield making a movement. Matt Jay, I beg your pardon, coming over, also making a movement, given to him by Fulston, back to Jay, back to Fulston, back to Jay. He dinks it over Jay. That's really poor. Ed Palmer could get caught out here. Umera dinks it through. Here's a big chance for the top scorer. He goes down in the box. Can Torquay clear it? Yes, they can.
What was Matt Jay doing there?
Absolutely
playing
no
a crossfield pass to the centre when there's no one there.
Yep. And now Sam Dreer's got it. All of a sudden,
the footballers play at such a high level. Making decisions like this is not what Torquay need right now. You know, we're paying for so much more quality of these players right now, and it has to be better.
Yeah, Hayfield again spoiling in that midfield role. There is a header from Worthington to put his team under pressure. Here comes Welch Hayes now out to the right hand side. Dylan De Silva gets a chance to put a low left foot cross in, cleared away by Sam Dreer. Dylan De Silva wins the header. Matt Jay nods it down more sensibly this time to Fulston, back into Sonny Blue Low Everton. He'll come back to James Hammond and he's forced to clear it up. Kieran Wilson needs to challenge for this. He's nowhere near it. Dan Hayfield gets in. That's another foul there. This time by Rennie Ramira, and he finds himself in the book. We have got 2.5 minutes left here at Plainmoor. Torquay United, I think most people would say, probably deserve to get the winner, but so far it's not been forthcoming as long ball goes forward, headed away there by Clarima. Sonny Blue Low Everton finds Matt Jay. He just gives it to Louis Dennis. Nice little first time ball to Sonny Blue Low Everton, but again tries to be too intricate. Can't. Well, good play there by Maidenhead. Now they're going to come forward. Houlson again rampaging into the Torquay half. He plays it down the channel looking for Umera. Ed Palmer will get there. Truthfully, our listeners could have got there before Umera at the speed he was going, to be honest. Clarima then picks it up now again over to Riget on this side. Kieran Wilson struggling to get into it. We're not going to see another sub. I'd have thought Cody Cook. Well, James Hammond needs to be wise here because Papula makes that interesting. Long clearance by Hammond. He does well there. Headed back inside. Can Louis Dennis get on it? No, he can't. Mantle does well. Fulston gets it back. He doesn't get it back here. And now here's Dylan De Silva heading down the goal. Tries a shot. It's too close to James Hammond. He needed another touch there. De Silva, in truth. And now Jay
wasted a massive opportunity there. He's gifted it by Fulston through on goal. He's got the pace, he could carry on running.
Absolutely.
But he just hit it from the edge of the box with his left foot, and Hammond's done well to hold on to it.
Torquay fans staying behind.
Maidenhead fans must be fuming at that.
Yeah, 3,171, including 70 coming from Maidenhead. Well done to you guys. Safe journey back. Ed Palmer finds Jordan Young. He's not really had one of his better games today. Jordan Young is forced back to Dreer. Everybody bar Dreer and Palmer. Palmer's on the halfway line and the Maidenhead half. Back over to Palmer. Jordan Young comes deep. He receives the ball just inside the Maidenhead half. Goes past Robinson there, now making some headway. Can he find that telling pass? He finds Louis Dennis, left edge of the box. Dennis driving forward. That's really poor from Dennis for a change, and his cross goes all the way out for a throw into Maidenhead. We have got 15 seconds left here at Plainmoor. It's looking like it's only going to be a point for Torquay United. Here and the scores: Dorking 4, Farnborough 3. Of course it was going to happen.
Always going to happen. That's what happens when you've got the character. Something that I know we've had a penalty, but Torquay just haven't done enough still. We haven't done enough.
Dorking will go top of the league.
For time wasting there.
I'm not sure who was it that got booked.
The one with the
throw-in. Regret, I think that is, as Mark Worthington gets in and Maidenhead just clear it up into the Torquay United half. Ed Palmer needs to be sure with this. Papula will close down James Hammond, but he's composed enough to find Ed Palmer again. Papula giving every last ounce of energy, to be fair to him.
5 minutes at a time.
There's going to be 5 minutes additional time.
How big is this in Torquay's title fight?
Yep, here comes Sonny Blue Low Everton. The Torquay fans get behind their team. We're about to see Cameron Eubank come on for the visitors. Here comes Louis Dennis in a deep position, dinks it through, finds Wilson, nice little give and go. Louis Dennis hitting the edge of the box again, just a little bit too intricate. Jordan Young wants to throw in rather than keeping that in, gets Matt Jay now back to Jordan Young, chance to put the ball in, but he steps on it and slows the move down. Jordan Young back to Matt Jay on this right hand side. Jay dinks it back, he dinks it forward, I beg your pardon, he gets a little bit fortunate. Worthington it was originally. Here's Worthington's cross coming into the back post, up goes ahead of Louis Dennis, it can't come in, it's going to come to Jordan Young. Can he get space for a shot? He goes inside his man, Jordan Young, and a good save again by the goalkeeper. I'll be honest, I thought Young was impeded a little bit there.
He was, but the keeper's just gone down. It's just his stretched leg, and fantastic save by the goalkeeper, using the most of his frame there, and he's staying down as well from it.
Eubank will come on for Dawson.
I would swap it. I would give Young to corner, honestly.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's obviously been a clear shift in thought process.
Interesting one. The keeper's here, time wasted a little bit.
5-3 Dorking now.
Yeah, so it's going to happen. There's going to be a team that's going to run away with it. I was hoping with Torquay, but unless we can see a late winner here, I fear Dorking are going to start to that team now.
Yeah, well, it's going to be a corner kick. One goal can change it all here, and Torquay United looking the likelier to get it, as Sonny Blue Low Everton needs to do better than they did for the last corner. Louis Dennis comes shot and he receives it right edge of the box. Louis Dennis comes back to Sonny Blue Low Everton, back to Dennis, defender slips, Dennis gets a low cross in, it stays in, though it was deflected, stays in. Now it comes back to Mark Worthington, everybody getting back on side. Worthington, long diagonal ball, it's too close to the keeper, I think. The keeper's dropped it. Is it going to go in? No, it's hoofed off the line. I think it was either Dreher, I think it was.
It was 0-0. Easy catch for the goalkeeper.
And guess who cleared it off the line, son? Josh Humera, Here's Sonny Blue Low Everton, right edge of the box, looking for movement. Jordan Young outside, Louis Dennis in a little bit of space, comes one way, then the other, dinks it through. Can it break a Torquay way? No, it can't. 2 minutes left here at Plainmoor. United's really asking the questions on Maidenhead, but at the moment
we have created enough.
They've got the answers.
Torquay have created enough.
Yep, Dylan De Silva makes a run. He's going to go over the top, in behind Fulston. Dreher forced to come over. De Silva picks it up, throws himself to the ground, and of course he gets a free kick. And now Maidenhead have a chance to get the ball into the box.
Dangerous from set pieces.
We've got 90 seconds left here. It's going to be a free kick. Maidenhead just ambling slowly up there to get it. Torquay United, as it stands, slipped down to second place. 2 points behind Dorking with a game more played. But here it's going to be a free kick from the right hand side, which will be taken with the right foot. Here it comes, up go the heads, Dreher, brilliant, wins it. It's going to come back, well, he's given a free kick. Dreher says he's got a dunt there. He's given a free kick to Torquay United.
Get everyone up, get the centre backs up. We've got to win this game.
Here comes Sam Dreher. Is this going to be Torquay's last chance? Out to Palmer, back to Dreher. He's got Hayfield in front of him, misses him out, finds Fulston instead. Everybody rifled back, Yellow Army coming, cries. The fans can see what their team have brought to the table today. Dreher, long diagonal ball, is it going to go over everybody? No, it's not. Matt Jay brings it down, good first time control, good second time control. Here comes Sonny Blue Low Everton, it's into Kieran Wilson. Kieran Wilson goes into the box, he goes down. There was a foul outside the box, the referee played on vantage. Torquay couldn't take advantage. I think they would have preferred the free kick, if I'm honest, Sam. Sonny Blue Low Everton was fouled. Kieran Wilson, the previous one was fouled before Sonny Blue. But we have now reached the 5 minutes additional time here. How long will the referee play on here as the throw comes up? Torquay need to get it upfield immediately. It's back to Hammond. The referee's not shown any signs of blowing a whistle. Long ball by Hammond. Up goes the header. Dennis, he wins the header, but it's going to go straight through to the keeper, who does really, really well there, and this, I think, will be it. Well, the referee again, he's telling him to get on with it. To be fair, Sam, I don't think he's intending to blow the whistle here, is he? No, he's not, so maybe perhaps one more chance for somebody. Ed Palmer and Umera get in there. It's going to break to Umera. De Silva makes a run outside of him. He picks her up goes Filson against him. De Silva going down the wing trying to get past. He gets the ball into the box. Dreyer gets a header away. Dan Hayfield just can't keep that away. Can't keep it in, actually. Louis Dennis needs a good first touch here. He's blocked already, surely a foul. I think the referee has blown for full time. He has blown for full time here, and Torquay United have been held to a draw by Maidenhead under the most controversial circumstances I can remember for a while. The St Maidenhead centre half there, David Mantle down there punching the turf in delight, but a huge moment after 72 minutes when Torquay United and Louis Dennis in particular were denied what most thought was a stonewall penalty kick. He booked him for diving. There is a little bit of, well, as if, what is going on here? There's a fan trying to get onto the park, at least one of them, the stewards, look at him, just get in, the crowd, son, go home. He's trying to get on. I'm not sure who he's shouting at. Surely it's not his own team, Sam.
I think it's O'Mara maybe celebrating.
Yeah, absolutely, but the full-time whistle goes here. Torquay United 1, Maidenhead United 1. Sam, if you can sum that up, give it your best, buddy.
Well, Torquay, let's be honest, we've completely blown not the title, but a lead in the title race this week. It's not very pleasant scenes over there at all between all the players and everything.
Yeah, I'm just keeping my eye on that, Sam.
It's unlucky and as controversial and as frustrating.
Well, the goalkeeper, the goalkeeper's pulling,
and the keeper's done a great job as well. Torquay have blown a 1-0 defeat at Chippenham today, and we've blown a lead today. And it just comes down to, in the crucial moments, not a lack of effort or anything like that, but just a lack of concentration, just a lack of decision making. We have more than enough talent in this squad, and it's just frustrating. It's, we looked at, I'm not going to compare it to Wrexham in the National League at all because the budget's much different, but when you're a team and you're favourites, the psychology is frustrating. You can just see it playing on the Torquay players at times. At the end of the day, we've got to win the title, and we just haven't. We have blown it again. Torquay, for me, they did create enough at times. I don't think the performance was great, but we created more than enough today, and the ref's getting booed now because that was a crucial moment. Dennis has beaten 4 players. Why would he dive? Why would he dive when he's about to have the most amazing individual goal? I just don't understand it all the time. And then to have the decency to book players and book a manager after that. These are moments, these players work very hard, fans, everyone, and clubs rely on competition. When you're the referee and you make a decision like that, there's consequences, but it never is for the ref.
Well, thank you so much for joining me again today, Sam. I was hoping that we would be able to bring a win, but as it stands, it was a controversial game. Sonny Bluelow, Everton sends a home side in 1-0 up at half-time. Ex-Gulp Josh Romero equalises from a free kick, perhaps Hammond at fault, and then a huge moment when Louis Dennis goes down. Thank you so much for joining us here at Plainmore with a full-time score. Torquay United 1, Maidenhead United 1. I've just got to go and get a couple of fans, mate, alright?
Radio Devon sport for you then this afternoon. Exeter City, possibly Gary Caldwell's last game in charge of the Grecians. It ends in a 0-0 draw against Northampton.
Better ball. Well, not only is the referee not added on anything for the time wasting, he actually blew up before the 95 minutes were up. And Jake Doyle-Hayes has gone over to him to complain about that, I think. There's no point in having an argument now, though. It's done and dusted. So consecutive goalless draws for Exeter City in what might be Gary Caldwell's last game in charge. All eyes looking towards Gary Caldwell, trying to see what his reaction might be. But
yeah, sort of a lap of honour around the pitch, hugs with some of the Exeter City fans as he went down the tunnel. Think he might be off, you know. We'll find out. Seth Conway will be asking the questions. He might deny them like he did with me on Thursday, but we will continue to ask the questions. In National League South, it's a point for Torquay United at home against Maidenhead this afternoon in a 1-1 draw.
Here comes a right-footed free kick. It's up over the wall, and James Hammond can't keep it out. And Josh Umera has equalised with a free kick. It didn't even go into the corner. 54 minutes gone here at Plainmoor. Umera strikes for Maidenhead. Torquay 1, Maidenhead 1.
Be at Plainmoor soon, finding out all about that game with our summariser Sam Swan, hearing from some of the fans as well. In our rugby this afternoon, there was a win for the Exeter Chiefs, which moved them top of their Prem Cup pool. They beat Gloucester 48-14.
And that's the full-time whistle. Exeter Chiefs 48, Gloucester 14. So 14 all at half-time.